that say, well, it's interesting. They filed on December 8th. December 8th is the deadline, the safe harbor deadline. The Electoral College's vote is going to occur on December 14th. I don't think you have enough time. I think you've kind of missed it. Well, is that true? Well, let's talk about that. And again, it gets back to the Constitution, everybody. That's where we're trying to go with this. 239-479-5592. We'll always take your calls for sure. 10,000 for the troops. I want to remind you that hopefully today, later on this afternoon, we will finally have a final tally on how many of you send Christmas cards to our men and women serving overseas. So that is exciting. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along. Let's find out what's going on with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Good Wednesday morning. Slowdowns beginning on US 41, and this is heading northbound towards downtown if you're heading near Bremen and Hanson. Also delays building on Hanson heading westbound towards Old Metro Parkway. There is a slowdown on Colonial Boulevard east and west to Winkler Avenue, and delays on Ortiz Avenue heading southbound to Colonial. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
30s and 40s for your Wednesday morning. Bundle up with even some patchy frost inland, but eventually we rebound into the mid-60s, which is still cooler than average for this time of the year, but enjoy that sunshine all throughout the day. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Big Island Builders, whose reputation for quality homes at a fair price is unsurpassed in Naples.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
One of the world's largest cybersecurity firms says a foreign government hacked its system. FireEye not commenting on who may be behind the sophisticated attack, although a person familiar with the matter tells the Wall Street Journal Russia is the likely culprit. Tesla CEO Elon Musk packs up and moves from California to Texas, the home of the company's new plant. He's one of the highest profile executives to leave California during the pandemic. Musk criticizing Silicon Valley for becoming complacent with its innovators. And stocks rose yesterday on progress towards a new COVID relief bill and positive vaccine news. The Dow gained 104 points, and the S&P 500 and NASDAQ closed at record highs. The NASDAQ logging its 50th of the year. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report, invested in you.
At home with Robert, retired burglar and family man.
Carolers, that's the holiday spirit. Speaking of which, Simply Safe Home Security is having a huge holiday sale. Right now, you can get 40% off a new system and a free camera at simplysafe.com/holiday. That's 40% off the system U.S. News named the best of 2020. Simply Safe protects your whole home 24/7 with monitoring by professionals. This sale ends soon, so go to simplysafe.com/holiday for 40% off and a free camera today.
The antidote to the anti-conservatives. 92.5 Fox News. Trust all along.
When everything around us has been interrupted, including playtime, work time, and downtime, friends and family are always there to help pick up the pieces. At Castilla Roofing, we are here for our community, our employees, and you. Keeping a roof over your head is our job, our headache, and our promise to you. Castilla Roofing, family owned and operated. Your satisfaction is our reputation.
Go to CastillaRoofing.us, that's CASTILLA, or call 239-465-2646, license CCC 1328615.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life starting now. And River Hall is where it all starts, a true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master planned communities, with homes priced from the 500s to the 800s. Upscale country club living, complete with a Davis Love III championship golf course, all waiting for you. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com.
No matter what the holidays look like this year, give your family a gift of fun and memories with a new RV from La Mesa RV. From sporty Mercedes-powered motorhomes to luxury diesel pushers, there's an RV for every budget and lifestyle. Top brands like Winnebago, Fleetwood, and Integra. Plus, every RV is holiday priced. Let your holiday adventure begin at La Mesa RV. I-75 at Luckett Road in Fort Myers, or LaMesaRV.com.
Now more than ever, it's essential to have a primary care provider ready to care for you. Book your first appointment through Millennium Physician Group's telehealth service, MPG Connect, and get established with a care team who will be there for you wherever and whenever you need. Primary and specialty care, walk-in centers, lab services, imaging centers, and COVID-19 evaluation and testing. Connect with Millennium Physician Group today and be ready for tomorrow. 844-CALL-MPG. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing cost program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154. Equal housing lender.
When you're looking for a career change, what's important to you? Health insurance, dental, vision, wages, working conditions, paid time off, or an opportunity for growth? My Shower Door offers all of these, plus more. For the past 5 years, My Shower Door has continued to grow throughout Florida, and this growth requires top candidates. If you or someone you know is interested in making a career change, apply at myshowerdor.com/careers and take that first step towards your new career path.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. We always appreciate you subscribing to the channel. All right, so Texas filing this lawsuit. I wanted to get to this because I thought this was important. Ken Paxton announcing that Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, this lawsuit's been filed against them at the Supreme Court. And wondering how this all works. There's nothing that talks about, hey, if you got COVID, you can change. The Constitution says if you have something going on, I don't know, like a virus, that you can go ahead and willy-nilly, you can decide each state how you all want to do things and don't even worry about the legislature. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about that. And that's, in a weird nutshell, what they're saying, because we know what the states decided to do, and that compromises the security and the integrity of the 2020 election. That's the argument. But a lot of people are saying, well, we're past safe harbor, so in December 14th we've got to have the Electoral College vote occurring there. So this was interesting. At the National Pulse, the Amistad Project, which has been watching this, the election fraud watchdogs, had this white paper that they put out on December 8th talking about deadlines and selecting of electors and how this all works. And Natalie Winters has this article at the National Pulse that I thought was interesting, and it's this. Among the states with disputed election results, Georgia, Wisconsin, Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Pennsylvania, you realize that's 79 Electoral College votes. That's a whole lot. That changes the election, right? We know that. The only deadline specifically required by the Constitution is noon on January 20th, when a president's term would end. Is that right? Yeah. All other deadlines, like the safe harbor deadline that we talked about, that was yesterday, that everybody's like, you're in a little bit of trouble here. The Electoral College vote occurring on December 14th. That's when everything is pretty much going to be cement. I mean, there's really nothing you can do. And the congressional count on January 6th, the thing that people are looking at, and that congressional count when we get to a point where they're going to make this decision is set by federal law. So if federal law presents an obstacle to faithfully adhering to constitutional requirements, it's necessary to disregard the statute in favor of the plain meaning of the Constitution. In other words, the only deadline the Constitution sets up and requires for the election to be decided is that the election is decided on or by January 20th. Moreover, these dates are arbitrary, being based on obsolete and outdated concerns. This is what the group is talking about. And that they, in this white paper, make a historical note of some things that have happened in the past when it comes to elections in 1789, 1844, and the election of 1930. They go through different elections where there were issues with regards to the federal adhering of statutes that have been in place, and those questions, but never, well, maybe not never, but certainly never have we had a situation where we've had something like COVID, where the demand was that we've got to have more mail-in votes than anything. And, oh, by the way, we're going to have local municipalities and mayors and judges make the decisions that the state legislature is supposed to make by law. And all of those changes and all the things that they do and all the machinations and the bouncing up and down do not go past what the Constitution requires. Does that make sense? That ultimately, dates of September 8th and 14th and 6th, where we want to kind of keep this schedule, have all been made federally, but they don't override the Constitution. So if there is a question about the illegality of this election, and it has to do with constitutional principles, that's the one that's going to stick. That's why I think this case has some legs here, everybody.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Plantar fasciitis feels like pointed, sharp pain, very intense, can make your eyes water. It makes you walk funny because you're trying to get pressure off your heel. I had instability. I was so frustrated. I didn't know what to do. And I was driving past the Good Feet store. I mean, why not? Give it a try.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure they fitted me with the right thing. And so they brought out several different arch supports and gave me the opportunity to try them in shoes and walk around with them until they found the perfect ones for my feet. I had no idea that they would be that patient, and I had no idea they would be that kind. And you just knew, like, your feet, just when they got on the right ones, they were like, oh yeah. And it really did make a big difference. It made my foot not hurt. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Hey, small business owners, this is Drew Steele. Look, things have been rough this year, and we want to help. Enter the Bounce Forward Together sweepstakes presented by Comcast Business, and you can win $5,000 and a 4-week professionally produced ad schedule on 92.5 Fox News. Log on to bounceforwardtogether.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll be entered to win. That's bounceforwardtogether.com to enter to win $5,000 for your small business. No purchase necessary. See official rules for details.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau. You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
Year-end sales event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. Everything goes, nothing held back. 2021 Kia Forte LXS lease, just $99 per month. That's right, a new Kia Forte for $99 per month. 2021 Kia Sportage LX lease, $149 per month. Yes, a new Kia Sportage SUV for $149 per month. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana Kia.
36-month lease is 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval, $13.33 per month per $1,000 borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers don't combine. Expires month end.
rejects a lawsuit seeking to throw out mail-in ballots in Pennsylvania. State courts in Arizona and Nevada say no to overturning Joe Biden's wins in those states. The Republican Attorney General of Texas is now asking the Supreme Court to invalidate election results in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
If their state legislature isn't responsible for overseeing their elections, and we have other people who are not under the Constitution supposed to be doing this, it affects my state.
Ken Paxton with Fox's Sean Hannity. An order to stay inside is now lifted for people living near a chemical plant in Bell, West Virginia. There was an explosion and a fire now contained.
The fact that we've only had 2 reports of injury with this type of an explosion is indeed a miracle.
Kanawha County Commissioner Kent Carper. America's listening to Fox News.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A father will go before a judge this morning for the death of his 1-year-old son. Investigators say Shahzad Saeed knowingly fell asleep while he was supposed to be watching his 2 children at his Deep Creek home and left them unsupervised. While he was sleeping, his 2 children opened the door and the 1-year-old fell in the pool. Charlotte County deputies tried to save the baby, but it was too late. Cape Coral City Council's approved a plan for the fire department to team up with the Department of Health, all to administer vaccinations. Only certified paramedics can administer the immunizations in a non-emergency situation. Punta Gorda police say people are receiving packets from what looks like the U.S. Census Bureau requesting you fill out personal information and then return the forms. But police say it's a trap. The 2020 census has already been completed, and it was confirmed with the U.S. Census Bureau that these are not legitimate forms. If you receive a packet in the mail, throw it away. Lee County deputies are investigating a double murder-suicide in Bonita Bay. Deputies are staying tight-lipped, but say 2 women and a man died. They have identified the 2 women, but not the man. They have not released their names. The Lee County School Board approved a resolution to set October as LGBT History Month. It was set as a resolution this past October, but there were heated arguments from both sides at that meeting. It then led the board to pull the item from the agenda and discuss it later. Round 3 of Lee Care's Utilities Assistance Program is ready. It will help pay up to $1,000 in your water, sewage, or electric bills for eligible applicants. Eligible households must have lost jobs, been furloughed, or experienced reduced income after March 1st of this year. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Slowdowns beginning in Cape Coral on Tropicana heading west of Nelson Road. Also delays eastbound on Pine Island Road to Del Prado. A westbound slowdown on Hancock Ridge Parkway heading towards Del Prado. In North Fort Myers, I'm seeing traffic starting to slow down on Pine Island Road west to Business 41. We're still up to speed, though, on Pondella Road between Business 41 and US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold start with 30s and 40s with even some patchy frost inland, it's going to be a beautiful, picture-perfect Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures over 10 degrees below average, only topping out in the mid-60s. But enjoy that sunshine as we will continue it all the way into your Thursday as we do start cold with 40s and then 70s with a nice swing into the afternoon. 80s are set to make a comeback for the weekend. Just a few areas of rain, not a washout. Also another chance of rain on Monday with a front, and that brings in some cooler and drier air for Tuesday and Wednesday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour. Plug into the power. 92.5 Fox News.
Right, all along. It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. It's Christmas time, and there's magic in the air. I can't promise snow here in Southwest Florida, but when I look in my grandchildren's eyes, I still see the magic of Santa Claus coming to town. I see in my mom's eyes the love of all the Christmases past, and when my wife Holly and I steal a kiss under our mistletoe, I see her eyes in the magic of a life together with our wonderful family. From our family to your family, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and may God bless you and your entire family. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, keeping Christmas and Christ together.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? Tim Cooper at Health Plan Network can help. Tim has helped countless individuals and families here in the Fort Myers area save 30 to 60% on health insurance with superior coverage. Tim recently saved a family of 4 $800 a month on their health insurance with a lower deductible. If you're uninsured, recently lost your job, on COBRA, or paying extreme rates for Obamacare or your work coverage, Tim will help you understand your options. If you meet the flexible guidelines for coverage, Health Plan Network will provide you with the best coverage at the lowest rates. Their goal is to give you peace of mind and the utmost in healthcare. Go to healthplannetwork.net and see for yourself. Or better yet, call Tim, an expert with 23 years of experience, at 239-268-6712. That's 239-268-6712. Go to healthplannetwork.net. That's healthplannetwork.net, a premium personalized plan managed and designed by you, not the government.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's, and we always appreciate you subscribing, and I see you all there, and thank you so much for joining us. There's a lot to get to. Yes, Eric Swalwell in news. Who knew that Eric Swalwell, the biggest perpetrator of the Russian collusion hoax, someone who intimately knew exactly what was happening and what wasn't happening with the Russian collusion hoax, and Russia, would be the guy that people are looking for when it comes to, some influence with China. Chinese intelligence operator developed extensive ties with local and national politicians, including a U.S. congressman in what U.S. officials believe was a political intelligence operation run by China's main civilian spy agency between 2011 and 2015. And it looks like Eric Swalwell got used in a little China honey trap because he's a dope. That's why. Because he's a fool. That's why. And how Democrats do this all the time. We're going to get to this story in detail. I just wanted to tease it for a second. It's coming up. But remember, and this is something you already know. And so I'm preaching to the choir, as it were. But that's okay. You're a choir that you sing incredibly. I love everybody except you, the one on the right. You're a little off key, but that's okay. It's just a little bit. Most of you have been right all along. I see what I did there. And you all understand that if a Democrat blames you or a Republican, conservative, the president of the United States of doing something, you can pretty much bet that it's because they're doing it. And man, Eric Swalwell has some explaining to do. He kind of did. He called it a conspiracy theory. This whole idea that this is happening. And by the way, it was Axios that put the story out. We'll get into more detail. Pretty interesting stuff there. A couple of stories I just wanted to touch on. The talk has been that we may see another stimulus because, we can't get people back to work. There's no way. There's absolutely no way during this pandemic where we have deaths that are soaring beyond belief in numbers that we've never seen before, and these COVID cases that every single one of them results in a I'm not sure if you're going to live scenario. So far, everything I just said is not true. It's horrible that people have died of COVID. It is horrible that we're having to deal with this. It's horrible that people are not getting into more detail about what COVID is and isn't, and getting into the political, unfortunately. I mean, we already know everything that COVID is. We understand 99.8% survival rate. We're talking about numbers that should not have people losing businesses, suicides. We come to find out, do we want to talk about that at all? Do we want to talk about, for every story that we hear about, and again, it's horrible that people are dying from COVID, not with COVID, from COVID. There's also another thing to be said about that. Yes, it's horrible to hear the cases are over 15 million in the U.S. These are not things that you take lightly. But when a 16-year-old Maine teen kills himself, and in the letter, the suicide letter says it's because of the lockdowns and he feels trapped because of COVID and he takes his life, do those stories get the same amount of headlines as the stories that are just as equally sad about individuals whose loved ones have passed away from COVID, and that has been confirmed, as opposed to with COVID? The guy that falls off the ladder and dies from the fall, and we find out that he had COVID, but it wasn't from COVID, he died with COVID. Those kind of stories. And again, I'm not minimizing it. What I'm asking is, do we have the same kind of compassion? Because I can tell you that I don't hear it. I don't see it. And I'm concerned about those who feel trapped. I'm concerned about young people who are losing a lifetime of loss because of what we've had to do or what school boards have done with school districts and keeping kids out of classrooms, and the price that they are going to pay, and the price that many have paid not being with their friends, feeling isolated and trapped, and hearing panic from their parents and in newsrooms and different places. That there is that concern as well, right? We can do it all. That's been my big issue, is you can't be one without the other. Like, in other words, we can't question the numbers. We can't question what politicians, legislatures, school boards, local municipalities, we can't question what they decide to do that could cause deaths, that could be mental health issues, suicide issues, depression issues. We can't question that. All we can do is listen to the experts, quote unquote, and we have to be on that other side that says, look, sit down, we know better. No, we can do both. We can do both. We can have compassion for both sides. Right? So on the heels of all of this, instead of getting back to work, instead of getting people back to their jobs and getting an economy going and understand what the risks are and who the risks are and understanding personal responsibility, and you know what it is and you can make decisions on your own because I believe in you as a human being and an American. Details emerging that the state and local aid that was supposed to be in the COVID relief bill that was there, you know, the Democrats who want to bail out pensions in blue states where they have actually absolutely decimated and destroyed their economies. And this seems like a really good way to get some of that cash back for the failures that they have created. Hey, guess what? This COVID relief bill didn't have enough of that in there. So it should come to no shock to anybody that Democrats have decided, yeah, we might want to pass on this. It's progress, Nancy Pelosi says. But yeah, some of the monies that's in there, it's just not enough. It's unacceptable. We're not going for this. Again, we can do both. We can understand that there are people that are in need right now, and because of the policy. I mean, doesn't it boggle people's minds that now, almost a year later, you know exactly what COVID is and is not. And you still have politicians putting human beings right now in positions where they have to go turn to them again to get help because your policies have shut down their businesses to the point now where they have to go back to you and say, hey, can you bail me out? Does it not strike anybody as, okay, am I being cynical? Is that what this is? But it appears as if Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and others are probably going to wait this out. They want to see after January 5th who's going to be in the Senate. They want to wait to see what's going to happen in maybe a couple of more weeks or so and kind of feel out what's happening. And oh, by the way, here's a little nugget for you that you're going to love. Another Democrat admitting to everybody that, yeah, you know what? When it comes to COVID relief, yeah, you know, maybe we've turned it down and maybe we've kind of stalled on things and maybe we're more concerned about what we want as opposed to the American people because, you know, there was an election coming because Donald Trump's president of the United States. Here's Senator Dick Durbin. Here's another Democrat admitting that, yeah, we held back money from people who desperately needed it to survive because, you know, it's an election thing.
Senator Bernie Sanders said that Democrats turned down a deal from the White House for $1.8 trillion because Schumer and Pelosi wanted $2.2 trillion. Now you're looking at a compromise deal of about half of the White House offered, $908 billion. We don't even know if we're going to be able to see that passed. Looking back, was it a mistake for Pelosi and Schumer to turn down $1.8 trillion?
There was some exuberance involved because an election was coming, and they were both outbidding one another and trying to find some common ground. They didn't reach that point. But to return to those pre-election days and sentiments, political sentiments, is very difficult.
Yeah, it's very difficult. There you go. So Senator Dick Durbin admitting as well that Democrats turned down coronavirus relief, you know, because an election was coming and it's all about politics. Again, can I say this for the millionth time to all of you, especially all you Democrats who watch? And thank you. Thank you for watching. And thank you for subscribing to the YouTube channel. If not, you should go. Drew Steele Radio. Go there now. Steele has 3 E's, by the way. Don't spell it wrong. This is disgusting. It's disgusting because you're telling us that it's all about Donald Trump and it's all his fault and he's the bad guy, orange man bad, and yet it's you who create policies that will deny Americans the chance to make a living, to keep their families supported. And then when they turn to you and say, I need help, you say, yeah, no, you know what? We don't want to give Trump credit. Yeah, there's an election coming, and we think that we can get even more to bail out some of the bad policies that we've put in place. Yeah, we'll put you in harm's way for a little while. It's all good, right? Yeah. I'm just asking, does anybody have a problem with that if you're a Democrat? Maybe not. Maybe that's what you're all about. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. So Eric Swalwell, Eric Swalwell, look at you. Speaking of Democrats who are tools. Did I say that out loud? That's a horrible thing to say about somebody, but he doesn't know me. But anyway, Eric Swalwell. Do you remember Eric Swalwell? Eric Swalwell, who back in 2018, Wolf Blitzer thought that probably with some creepy porn lawyer folks that they would be excellent choices for president of the United States. Remember this?
Congressman, before I let you go on a very different subject, you tweeted in support of a proposal of a Biden-Swalwell ticket in 2020. Are you prepared to run in 2020 as either a presidential or a vice presidential candidate?
Yeah, or Swalwell Biden, Wolf. I'm open to entertaining both variations.
Oh, he's open to both variations. Remember that? It's like, hey, maybe I might want to be president. Remember Eric Swalwell, who pushed the Russian collusion hoax? You know, a Democrat, Eric Swalwell from California, wants to be president of the United States. Maybe on a Biden ticket, maybe not. Remember?
Wolf, I don't know what they knew, but I think it is important to understand who paid for the dossier, but I don't think that's as important as what's alleged.
Yeah.
Because if what's alleged is true, that Donald Trump and his team were working with the Russians to win the election, then it doesn't matter who paid for it. We now have a national security issue on our hands with the president who could be compromised. So,
Whoa. We have a president who might be compromised if he did what the dossier was suggesting, which, of course, we know is a big, giant hoax, and Eric Swalwell, who was pushing it for a long time. Wouldn't it be juicy? Wouldn't it be delicious? Wouldn't it be ironic? Wouldn't it be typical? Wouldn't it be exactly what you would expect if we come to find out that same Eric Swalwell, that guy, wouldn't it be hysterical if Eric Swalwell, we come to find out has some spy problems, was set up with a honey trap, possibly, And a year-long investigation from Axios, not conspiracy theory, not anybody planting anything there, but wouldn't it be hysterical if that same guy was actually a dupe for China, a fool for China? And we come to find out an Axios story says just that. U.S. officials believe a political intelligence operation run by China's main civilian spy agency between 2011 and 2015 may have included a U.S. congressman. And it looks like his name is right there. Now, there may be others. There may be Republicans on there. There may be a whole lot of folks that are in places and positions that could be in this state, that could be on state levels, even local levels, even, national levels. We don't know, but we do know that according to this year-long investigation, that there were certain people that were targeted, and a woman at the center of the operation, a Chinese national named Christine Fang, targeted up-and-coming local politicians in the San Francisco Bay Area. Gosh, I wonder who that would be. Want to guess? And across the country. People that had it potential to make it big on the national stage. Boy, Eric Swalwell came out of the middle of nowhere, didn't he? Yeah. Well, let's do this. Let's take a break. And when we come back, oh boy, this is going to be fun. So let's go down the things that we're going to talk about coming up. Eric Swalwell's issues and the connections to this Christine Fang. The connections that could be happening as we speak with Joe Biden and Pete Buttigieg. Remember the Buttigieg name? Oh, he came up this morning. I wonder why. What's going on with Pete Buttigieg? So we're going to get to that. It's all starting to make a lot of sense now, isn't it? Well, it's also an issue of national security, if you ask me. And boy, I'd love to see journalists get into this. They won't do it. But we will. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, 239-479-5592. If you want to text right now, let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Slowdowns beginning in Cape Coral on Tropicana heading west of Nelson Road. Also delays eastbound on Pine Island Road to Del Prado. A westbound slowdown on Hancock Ridge Parkway heading towards Del Prado. And North Fort Myers, I'm seeing traffic starting to slow down on Pine Island Road west to Business 41. We're still up to speed, though, on Pondella Road between Business 41 and US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
30s and 40s for your Wednesday morning. Bundle up with even some patchy frost inland, but eventually we rebound into the mid-60s, which is still cooler than average for this time of the year, but enjoy that sunshine all throughout the day. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Rush Limbaugh. Businesses on both coasts are struggling to survive. In California, Governor Newsom just announced really harsh new shutdown orders. The Los Angeles Mayor, Eric Garcetti, is wiping out business owners with COVID rules. In New York, Governor Andrew Cuomo, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio are locking down businesses. Keith McElarney, who owns a Staten Island bar, staying open in defiance of the shutdown. He's already been arrested twice. And not only is the government against him, so is Saturday Night Live. There's a little-known dumbass comedian on that show named Pete Davidson. He used his most recent SNL appearance to mock the bar owner and other people struggling to keep their businesses afloat. Now, this cruel humor at McElarney's expense didn't go over well with him. McElarney and his lawyer held a press conference to push back on the comedian for trying to humiliate people who are going broke while trying to make a living. They said maybe Saturday Night Live should try mocking the people who rioted and looted instead of the people out there working hard trying to make it all work. But Saturday Night Live liberals don't care a whit about this guy or his business or his problems. He's good for a laugh. He's a target to be impugned, and then his usefulness is over. Saturday Night Live doesn't have to worry about New York's shutdown. They got a COVID loophole to keep their live audience. That's showbiz. They don't care. This holiday season may feature more merriment with your devices than ever before as you stay connected with family and friends. That's before you take on all that online holiday shopping. All that online activity can mean more chances of exposing your personal information to bad guys. Now, before all that online shopping and communication takes place, make sure your online identity is protected. Don't spend the holidays without identity theft protection from LifeLock. It monitors for uses of your personal information without your permission. If you have a problem with identity theft, a U.S.-based LifeLock restoration specialist will work to fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help you feel safer this holiday season and all year long. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using the promo code RUSH. That's LifeLock.com, promo code RUSH to save 25%.
Blah, 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 blah.
Gear up for the liberal loudmouths at work. Drew Steele, mornings on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Cathedral Roofing Innovations, the tile roof experts in Southwest Florida. They have an important message for anyone who has had these three things happen. Now, if you answer yes to all three, you have to call Cathedral Roofing Innovations today. 1, did you file any roof damage claim to your insurance company in the last 3 years? 2, do you have a tile roof? 3, did your insurance company deny your claim and only pay for a small repair? Look, I know thousands of you listened and answered yes to all three questions. Now, even if your claim was denied, there are still ways to get your new tile roof. Do not let the opportunity to increase the value of your home go by. In some cases, we're talking about $75,000 to $100,000. It's not too late. Now, all you have to do is contact Cathedral Roofing Innovations. Just go to cathedralroofingnaples.com right now to start increasing the value of your home. That's cathedralroofingnaples.com.
License number CCC 1331928.
If you struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Cool, okay, just checking.
And even impact your health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Hey, with all that's going on right now, many of us are thinking about our health and finances more than we usually do. So with the December 15th deadline to get health coverage for 2021, you should know Florida Blue offers up to $500 in rewards just for staying healthy. With the Florida Blue Health and Wellness Rewards Program, you can earn rewards for completing easy activities like going to your annual wellness visit or just getting a flu shot. You can use that $500 to pay your premiums, and if there's extra, it covers any other healthcare expenses you have. With Florida Blue's affordable plans, this $500 goes a long way. So get healthcare that gets you and gets rewarded for simply taking care of yourself. Don't wait. Your last chance to enroll for 2021 is December 15th. Florida Blue's expert agents are ready to help you enroll today. Call 800-530-4648 or visit floridablue.com/wegetyou.
Florida Blue is a trade name of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc. These health benefit plans have limitations and exclusions. The amount of benefits provided depends upon the plan selected, and the premium may vary with the amount of the benefits selected. Rewards available for individual ACA members 18 years or older. Reward amounts will apply to premiums, and excess amounts may be redeemed subject to the rewards program terms and conditions. 104066.
At Conditioned Air, we aren't trying to fix or sell all things under the sun. We're very focused on one thing, your comfort in your home and office. We've had this focus for over 58 years now. Our team is nearly 400 strong, and each team member's desire is for your total satisfaction with our services. Southwest Florida weather can take a toll on your air conditioner. So when you need us, we're here to take care of the issue quickly and safely so you can get on with your day. Conditioned Air offers planned maintenance programs, emergency service, replacement systems, and indoor air quality products to keep you comfortable all year long. You can count on the people of Conditioned Air. We don't push unnecessary parts and equipment on you, which means
receiving packets from what looks like the U.S. Census Bureau requesting you fill out personal information and then return the forms. But police say it's a trap. The 2020 census has already been completed, and it was confirmed with the U.S. Census Bureau that these are not legitimate forms. If you receive a packet in the mail, throw it away. Lee County deputies are investigating a double murder-suicide in Bonita Bay. Deputies are staying tight-lipped, but say 2 women and a man died. They have identified the 2 women, but not the man. They have not released their names. The Lee County School Board approved a resolution to set October as LGBT History Month. It was set as a resolution this past October, but there were heated arguments from both sides at that meeting. It then led the board to pull the item from the agenda and discuss it later. Round 3 of Lee Care's Utilities Assistance Program is ready. It will help pay up to $1,000 in your water, sewage, or electric bills for eligible applicants. Eligible households must have lost jobs, been furloughed, or experienced reduced income after March 1st of this year. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
Slowdowns beginning in Cape Coral on Tropicana heading west of Nelson Road. Also delays eastbound on Pine Island Road to Del Prado. A westbound slowdown on Hancock Ridge Parkway heading towards Del Prado. And North Fort Myers, I'm seeing traffic starting to slow down on Pine Island Road west to Business 41. We're still up to speed, though, on Pondella Road between Business 41 and US 41. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold start with 30s and 40s with even some patchy frost inland, it's going to be a beautiful, picture-perfect Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures over 10 degrees below average, only topping out in the mid-60s. But enjoy that sunshine as we will continue it all the way into your Thursday as we do start cold with 40s and then 70s with a nice swing into the afternoon. 80s are set to make a comeback for the weekend. Just a few areas of rain, not a washout. Also another chance of rain on Monday with a front, and that brings in some cooler and drier air for Tuesday and Wednesday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drive the lefties at work crazy with the facts. Get up to speed mornings with Drew Steele.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along. Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com.
Don't forget the dash.
Hey, small business owners, this is Drew Steele. Look, things have been rough this year, and we want to help. Enter the Bounce Forward Together sweepstakes presented by Comcast Business, and you can win $5,000 and a 4-week professionally produced ad schedule on 92.5 Fox News. Log on to bounceforwardtogether.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll be entered to win. That's bounceforwardtogether.com to enter to win $5,000 for your small business. No purchase necessary. See official rules for details.
Divorce can be complicated, even more so if there are children involved. If you're a father and want to protect your rights, consider Cordell & Cordell. As a partner men can count on, they have helped men with matters like these for 30 years. Visit CordellCordell.com to learn more.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Online at CordellCordell.com. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Cordell & Cordell, Miami, Florida. Lisa Carges, Florida resident partner. Announcers are not licensed attorneys.
This holiday season, give the most eternal unique gift of the year. Name a star after someone. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we'll name a star after anyone on your gift list. The star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office, and we will send an incredible personalized gift package. Call the Star Registry 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. We always appreciate that you would subscribe. All right, lots to talk about. Rebecca Jones and the latest from the saga that is somebody who apparently the FDLE went to her home. They issued a warrant. She's like, no, I'm not going to respond. I'm not even going to take your calls. As a matter of fact, we called and we wanted to issue this warrant and hanging up on her to the point where FDLE has to go in. They pull weapons because they're really concerned about why somebody would do that with a search warrant. Why would you deny them access? Why would you hang up on them? Why would you do all these things? A little concerning. And then we come to find, and so she's the victim, everybody. So Rebecca Jones, this is the individual who was supposed to input data for the state, right, for the COVID-19 dashboard, and was like, yeah, I think this is bogus. I'm not doing it, and insubordinate, and then there were some other legal issues that were going on in her life, but she's the victim. Now we come to find out, and we'll get to this later on this morning, we come to find out that there is a Republican lawyer who was resigned their appointed state post over the treatment of the data analyst. That's right. Somebody said, I've had enough of this governor, and I don't like that this is the kind of tactics that he would do. And he's also a Republican, everybody. So, you know, it's got to be someone who you absolutely can look at and say, oh, I trust that person's judgment because they're a Republican. Has anybody ever said that? I mean, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just asking. I'm trying to be fair. But we'll get to that story because here we go again. And of course, that person, Ron Filipkowski, had to go on to CNN because he had to talk about the outrage. You know, it's almost as if, I'm going to throw this out there too. It's almost as if there is an election coming up in 2022, which is not very far away from now. And people are going to start to do things and say things and run to a liberal media that is more than happy to run with these stories, almost to ding and to kind of take pot shots at a really, really super successful governor because there's an election coming up and they want that person to look bad. I mean, that would be funny, right? You'd never see that. All right, well, we'll get to that story coming up later on this morning. More that we have as well. On Eric Swalwell, we're going to get to the in-depth story about how Eric Swalwell is a tool. He's a tool for the Chinese. It appears there's a lot of connections between Eric Swalwell and China and the Chinese and manipulation and honeypots and weird situations that he really does have to talk to and explain, especially somebody who continue to push a Russian collusion hoax. We do have to get to that. Before we get to both of those stories, I did want to mention that a lot of people have been looking at the office of President-elect Joe Biden. I can't even say it with a straight face. As a matter of fact, I have my own office of the President-elect. I'm in my office of the President-elect right now. If you are watching on YouTube, we stream live every day. On YouTube at Drew Steele Radio. You can see on Facebook or YouTube right now. You'll notice that I have the unofficial official seal of the office of the President-elect, Drew Steele, because that's where I am. I'm in my presidential office in my home. It's a President-elect office. It has the name right there. It's pretty impressive. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you'll get to see that. And Jake, did you see the official seal? It looks pretty good. And I don't know how long I'm going to leave it up there. I haven't decided. It's looking pretty good, right? Well, you haven't got to it yet. All right, so check it out and then give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. So we have the office of the President-elect Joe Biden stepping up to a microphone and announcing the exciting announcement of HHS pick. You know, because you start making picks for the cabinet, you just got to be sure. And he picked for HHS, someone that he was very excited about, somebody that he knows very well, California Attorney General Javier Becerra. It's Javier Becerra. We're super excited, right? That's what he said.
Javier Becerra.
Oh, no, it's Becerra. I'm sorry. Javier Becerra. And I'm looking forward to hearing more about Javier Becerra, somebody that he intimately knows about. Javier Becerra. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that wrong?
Javier Becerra, excuse me.
Okay. So, there you go. You want to hear it in full context. Joe Biden intimately knows all about Javier Becerra. He wants him to run Health and Human Services. This is his pick.
And I'm grateful to the members of my COVID team that I'd like to introduce to you now, who will lead the way. I'm really proud of this group. For Secretary of Health and Education Services, I nominated Javier Becerra. Javier Becerra, excuse me.
Yeah, his name is Becerra. Got his name wrong. But no big deal. I mean, what do we know about Mr. Becerra? Does it really make a difference? That guy. Just make up a name at this point. 24 years in the House before being selected to fill to replace Kamala Harris after she was elected to the Senate there as the Attorney General. And a couple of things. He's pretty well known for filing 100 lawsuits against the Trump administration. So there's that, a little pay forward. Hey, thanks for helping us out. But there's also something even more fun about Becerra. Javier, right? I just want to get his name right. It's Javier
Becerra.
Javier Becerra. Yeah, there's kind of some bombshells out there. Here's something you might like. X marks the spot. The bombshell backstories of Joe Biden's Health and Human Services pick, Javier Becerra.
Javier Becerra.
That guy. Okay. What do you want to know about him? Here's some fun things. Let's see. Where you want to go? Javier Becerra has spent his career attacking pro-life Americans and tried to force crisis pregnancy centers to advertise abortions. He's been a disaster in California, and he's unqualified to lead HHS. I'll be voting no, and Becerra, whatever you want to call him, should be rejected by the Senate. That was Tom Cotton who talked about it. But, okay, is that it? Because, half the country thinks that that's cool, and they don't have a problem with that. Well, let's get right down to some of what he has done in the past. He, as Tina Lowe at Washington Examiner put it, is one of the most progressive people that you might want to put in the position. But not just that, he has a Florida connection. Hey, you want to hear the Florida connection? You're going to love this. Check this out. Becerra has clearly demonstrated his willingness to be Clinton's running mate. This was reported back in 2016. He really wanted to get on a ticket. He wants that higher office. He's the highest-ranking Latino in the House of Representatives. He's been a reliable Clinton ally. So Becerra, whatever you want to call him, he didn't get the nod, obviously. The far-left congressman decided to go for the Attorney General job, right? But check this out. Of all the IT people in all the IT firms in the whole world, when House Democrats led by Debbie Wasserman Schultz, does everybody remember Debbie Wasserman Schultz? DWS, man, it's been a long time since we talked about DWS here in the state of Florida. And you remember when they had to find a firm there in the House that they wanted an IT connection? They went to the Pakistani-born Imran Awan. Do you remember that man for the job? Do you remember that story? Sometimes working from Pakistan, Awan and his family team accessed the computers of 40 Democrats, including those on the Intelligence and Foreign Affairs committees. Without their consent, Awan and his team stashed the data on a server controlled by, you want to guess?
Javier Becerra.
Yeah, that guy. He was the chair of the House Democrat caucus. Capitol Police wanted a copy of the server, but according to the House Inspector General, one Awan produced the one that Awan decided to hand over. Yeah, it was a fake. And in February 2017, Awan and his IT squad were booted off the House computer network. By that time,
Javier Becerra
had fled back to sanctuary in California, where Governor Jerry Brown made him state attorney general. Yeah, he didn't say anything about all the intrigue with the IT and that whole issue. But, they're Democrats. They can get away with all of that. So there you go. It's
Javier Baccaria,
one of those Democrats that are going to be brought into our lives in some way, shape, or form that are going to make things better for us. And by the way, Mr. Bashara Baccaria, whatever you want to call him, his record is hooking up with IT people who have questionable pasts and then kind of hiding things out. And then, hey, look at that. We got that. We have somebody who has pushed Medicare for all. Pushed Medicare for all. He sponsored bills in the House of Representatives that pushed Medicare for all. What do you think he wants to do as HHS guy, as the HHS guy? What do you think he's going to push there? And of course, he hates Trump. So he's checked all the boxes, everybody. Questionable past, Medicare for all, hates Trump.
Javier Baccaria.
Yeah, that guy. Good stuff. All right. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, let's get more to somebody else that it can't be too loved. Eric Swalwell. What is Eric Swalwell doing right now? Again, this has an importance here in the state of Florida and also across the country. Because if we're being told that elections have been swung because people had to hate Donald Trump because he was in league with Russia, hey, what are we going to do about all of those that have been in league with China? Anything? Or are they cool? Eric Swalwell's got a honey trap spy target on his back, and we need to talk about that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash on the interstate at mile marker 131, which is just south of Daniels Parkway, is backing up traffic on Daniels, getting onto 75, as well as southbound 75. We're at 6 miles of slowdown. So if you're heading south, once again, stick to Treeline Avenue. It's fully up to speed and the best way to navigate around the whole thing. Now, if you are in Collier, there's a crash on Immokalee Road and Valewood Drive, southbound delays on Valewood. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
30s and 40s for your Wednesday morning. Bundle up with even some patchy frost inland, but eventually we rebound into the mid-60s, which is still cooler than average for this time of the year, but enjoy that sunshine all throughout the day. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
I'm here with Mike Roberts with Mortgage Warehouse. Mike, give me an update on mortgage rates. How are things looking?
There is a lot of talk about mortgage rates these days, and for good reason. Mortgage rates are nearing the lowest levels we've seen in years. Anyone that purchased their home in 2017 or 2018 should check into refinancing their mortgage to get a lower interest rate. Give us a call at 313-5000 or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com. You'll work directly with one of our loan officers right here in Southwest Florida. Our no closing costs program allows you to refinance with no fees out of pocket, no fees rolled into your loan, and you won't pay any Florida mortgage taxes either. If you took out a mortgage in 2017 or 2018, or you have an interest rate above 4%, or you are paying mortgage insurance, also known as PMI, call us at 313-5000. That's 313-5000, or apply online at mortgagewarehouse.com.
Certain restrictions apply. NMLS ID 137154, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you want more for your child's education? Mason Classical Academy is a K-12 tuition-free school with a proven track record, earning A grades every year since its founding, and ranks in the top 2% of all Florida public schools. Mason Classical Academy's students learn objective truth, beauty, and to pursue the good in all things. They prepare their students for more than just passing a state test. The Mason Classical Academy classrooms promote patriotism, civics, moral character, a love of history, and the true story of Western civilization. Their challenging classical curriculum and traditional teaching methods show students how to think, not what to think. Mason Classical Academy is available to any student, regardless of income or zip code. If you want more for your child's education, Mason Classical Academy is the answer. Learn the true, do the good, love the beautiful. Enroll your child now for the tuition-free 2021-2022 school year by visiting masonacademy.com today.
Hey, this is Papa announcing our special discounts for the holiday season. If you have us clean and seal your tile roof, we'll also include your pavers and pool decks at no additional charge. Please let me thank all of you for your fantastic response to my wacky commercials that have made 2020 our best year in the past 34 years. If we clean and seal your tile roof, we can also change the color of your tile roof if you're tired of the existing color. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, We wish you a safe and joyful holiday season. If you want to consider our special holiday discount offer, please call me Papa at 945-2700 for our free tile roof inspection. If we do find needed repairs, we'll make it affordable. Please call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Area code 239-945-2700. License number CCC 133-1790. Remember, area code 239-945-2700.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Hey, all you liberals out there, I'm sure that you love being big libs and destroying children's lives. Hey, is that really a nice thing to say? Jake, this might be the story that you're going to not appreciate the most. Here's why liberalism destroys. Do you want to know why? Do you want an example of how liberalism destroys lives? The lives of adults, the lives of kids, lives just in general. Check this out. Hey, have you been lately to a Santa, a mall Santa, any Santa? Because, you know, Santa's real and kids love Santa. And you go to Santa in order to make sure that, you know, hey, listen, if you've been bad, you just, you know, you got to be good for goodness sake. But you also, you know, you go and you sit with Santa and you love on Santa a little bit, and he loves you back. And it's like, look, Christmas is around the corner. What do you want for Christmas? Are you ready for this, Jake? Here we go.
I'm ready.
All right. So you got a little boy, small child, and he goes to Santa. And I hope you can hear all of this, and I'll describe it after it's done. And he says, listen, what do you want for Christmas? And so the boy is ready to describe what he wants for Christmas from this Santa. Here we go.
What do you want for Christmas? You don't know? What? No guns. Nerf gun? No, not even a Nerf gun. No, if your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. But what else would you like? Lots of other toys. There's Legos, there's bicycles, there's cars and trucks. What do you think? What do you think? It's okay if your dad...
I can't do it. It is heart-wrenching. In case you couldn't hear, he goes to Santa and he says, what do you want for Christmas? And he says, I don't know. And he said, you don't know? What do you mean you don't know? What do you want? And the boy responds, he wants a gun. And Santa says, no guns. And the boy's mother interjects and says, no, a Nerf gun. And Santa says, no, not even a Nerf gun. If your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. What else do you want? Come on, Legos, bicycles, cars, what do you want? And what do you think the child does? And the child starts to cry. I mean, Santa, you got one simple gig. And even as a liberal Santa, you can't get it right. So you tell me that liberalism isn't destructive to children and parents and adults. I mean, what would you do? What would you do if a Santa... I mean, maybe that's a question I should pose to you. 239-479-5592. What would you do if you went up to a Santa and your small child, who is already scared to begin with, is talking to the Santa, and Santa says, what do you want? You say you want a gun, and you want a Nerf gun. No gun. Sorry, we can't have guns around here. No, there's other toys that you can have. I'm not giving you a gun. Your dad might want to give you a gun, but I'm not going to. What kind of Santa does that? A liberal Santa does that. Way to go. So liberals now have destroyed just about everything that they get their hands on. Is there anything that a liberal has touched that they have not destroyed? 239-479-5592. Can you help me? Maybe that's the question of the day. Is there anything that a liberal has ever touched that hasn't been destroyed by them getting involved, touching it, talking about it, whatever the case may be? Yeah. Somebody said, how dare he assumes he has a dad. Oh, boy. I'm asking. It was I don't even want to encourage you to watch the video because it's so heartbreaking. It's so hard to watch. But there's liberalism at work, destroying the lives of kids, you, me, everybody. What, pets? What else? What else can we destroy? 239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, I'll get to this. I know I kind of hinted at it, and then I want to get into the details of how Eric Swalwell is a tool for China. And it's Axios, a story there that they put out yesterday. Pretty explosive. And if you want to know his reaction, it's conspiracy theory. Of course it is. So we'll get to that. Also, Joy Reid's got a pretty sweet gig coming up. Wait till you hear this gig. And so does Pete Buttigieg, possibly. What's that going to be? We'll talk about it coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
You want a new look for your kitchen, but you really dread the thought of subjecting your home and family to the mess and fuss created by weeks of remodeling? Cornerstone Builders has the solution. They can give your kitchen an entirely new look in a matter of days, not weeks. Stand by for the phone number to schedule your free in-home consultation. Cornerstone will save you a lot of time and thousands of dollars with a custom kitchen reface. This 4-step process includes 15 cabinet doors, 5 drawer fronts, and includes relaminating your cabinet exteriors, plus new hinges and new knobs or handles. Best part, the price. Just $38.20 for a beautiful thermofoil reface or $78.20 for maple wood reface. Call today to schedule your free in-home consultation. 239-332-3020. That's 332-3020. 239-332-3020. Cornerstone Builders in Fort Myers, Naples, and Marco Island with 30 years and 22,000 satisfied customers. You know they're gonna wow you.
Hey, small business owners, this is Drew Steele. Look, things have been rough this year, and we want to help. Enter the Bounce Forward Together sweepstakes presented by Comcast Business. And you can win $5,000 and a 4-week professionally produced ad schedule on 92.5 Fox News. Log on to bounceforwardtogether.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll be entered to win. That's bounceforwardtogether.com to enter to win $5,000 for your small business. No purchase necessary. See official rules for details.
If you have sleep apnea and struggle using CPAP, it can leave you feeling tired, irritable.
That's the cutest puppy I've ever seen.
Fatigued.
Can someone please help me lift this tissue?
Forgetful.
Who put this banana in the toaster?
You did?
Oh, yeah.
And even impact your long-term health. Fortunately, now there's Inspire, a sleep apnea treatment that works inside your body with just the click of a remote. That's right, a button. Inspire is a small device placed during a same-day outpatient procedure. Simply click the button on the Inspire remote before you fall asleep. As you sleep, Inspire keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire, sleep apnea innovation. Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Christmas is around the corner, and the deals at the Diamond District are only beginning. Now through December 13th, visit Jason and Todd at the Diamond District and save up to 50% off beautiful diamond earrings, stunning diamond rings, bracelets, necklaces, and more.
At the Diamond District.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Attorney General of Texas is asking the Supreme Court to overturn Joe Biden's wins in Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Ken Paxton tells Fox's Sean Hannity.
Our job is to make sure that the Constitution's followed and that every vote counts. And in this case, I'm not sure that every vote was counted, not in the right way.
At least 50 election lawsuits brought by the Trump campaign or other Republicans have now been rejected or withdrawn. A report published by the website Axios says a suspected Chinese spy slept with 2 Midwestern American mayors and raise campaign money for Democrats before returning to China in 2015 under FBI investigation.
The report says Christine Fong targeted California Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell. Axios reports Fong's behavior alarmed federal investigators enough that they alerted Swalwell in 2015. The congressman immediately cut ties to Fong, and he's not been accused of any wrongdoing.
Fox's Rich Edson. America's listening to Fox News.
This Wink News Break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A father will go before a judge this morning for the death of his one-year-old son. Investigators say Shahzad Saeed knowingly fell asleep while he was supposed to be watching his 2 children at his Deep Creek home and left them unsupervised. While he was sleeping, his 2 children opened the door and the 1-year-old fell in the pool. Charlotte County deputies tried to save the baby, but it was too late. Cape Coral City Council has approved a plan for the fire department to team up with the Department of Health, all to administer vaccinations. Only certified paramedics can administer the immunizations in a non-emergency situation. Punta Gorda police say people are receiving packets from what looks like the U.S. Census Bureau requesting you fill out personal information and then return the forms. But police say it's a trap. The 2020 census has already been completed, and it was confirmed with the U.S. Census Bureau that these are not legitimate forms. If you receive a packet in the mail, throw it away. Lee County deputies are investigating a double murder-suicide in Bonita Bay. Deputies are staying tight-lipped, but say 2 women and a man died. They have identified the 2 women, but not the man. They have not released their names. The Lee County School Board approved a resolution to set October as LGBT History Month. It was set as a resolution this past October, but there were heated arguments from both sides at that meeting. It then led the board to pull the item from the agenda and discuss it later. Round 3 of Lee Care's Utilities Assistance Program is ready. It will help pay up to $1,000 in your water, sewage, or electric bills for eligible applicants. Eligible households must have lost jobs, been furloughed, or experienced reduced income after March 1st of this year. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News Traffic.
The crash on the interstate at mile marker 131, which is just south of Daniels Parkway, is backing up traffic on Daniels, getting onto 75, as well as southbound 75. We're at 6 miles of slowdown. So if you're heading south, once again, stick to Treeline Avenue. It's fully up to speed and the best way to navigate around the whole thing. Now, if you are in Collier, there's a crash on Immokalee Road and Valewood Drive, southbound delays on Valewood. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold start with 30s and 40s with even some patchy frost inland, it's going to be a beautiful, picture-perfect Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures over 10 degrees below average, only topping out in the mid-60s. But enjoy that sunshine as we will continue it all the way into your Thursday, as we do start cold with 40s and then 70s with a nice swing into the afternoon. 80s are set to make a comeback for the weekend. Just a few areas of rain, not a washout. Also another chance of rain on Monday with a front, and that brings in some cooler and drier air for Tuesday and Wednesday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Duncan's Diamonds invites you to our greatest Christmas sale ever. With Christmas just around the corner, everything in the entire store is specially priced right now with tremendous savings. Christmas will be here before you know it. So now's the time to buy everything from diamonds to the most fashionable jewelry at unbeatable prices. We guarantee you will be amazed and find great gifts for everyone on your list. This Christmas sale at Duncan's Diamonds is the largest ever. Now's the time to save. Come see us. You can enjoy Duncan's Diamonds layaway or save with fantastic holiday financing plans. People come from all over because we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. It's definitely worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds. Save during this huge Christmas sale. Duncan's Diamonds for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. We work very hard to make you happy because we believe in love. Come see us.
Duncan's Diamonds.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
The deadline to get or switch health coverage for 2021 is quickly approaching. December 15th is the last day to enroll. Otherwise, you may have to wait a whole year to enroll in a health plan. These days, healthcare has become top of mind for many of us. COVID impacting so many lives. Now it's more important than ever to have the right health coverage. So be sure to check out the new My Blue plans from Florida Blue. They have plans starting as low as $0 monthly payment with doctor visits also as low as $0. You can get 24/7 virtual visits for nothing for $0. Plus, you can earn up to $5,000 in rewards. What's better than that? But you need to hurry. Time is running out. Enrollment ends December 15th. Florida Blue's expert agents are ready to help you. Call 800-530-5182 or visit floridablue.com/wegetyou today.
To be eligible for $0 monthly cost, your marketplace monthly advantage premium tax credit must be equal to or be more than the premium. These policies have limitations and exclusions. Health insurance is offered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, Inc., DBA Florida Blue. HMO coverage is offered by Health Options, Inc., DBA Florida Blue HMO. Rewards available for individual ACA members 18 years or older. Reward amounts will apply to premium, and excess amounts may be redeemed subject to rewards program terms and conditions. 103999.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
Stay break 92.5 Fox News 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch. At Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate it. Coming up at 7:50, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. And also, coming up at 8:05, Matt Caldwell is going to join us because I wanted to talk a little bit more in depth about Rebecca Jones and the COVID-19 dashboard in her house being raided, and then some saying, the governor is, he's the Gestapo. And no, I'm not kidding. Language like Gestapo and Nazis and being used against the governor because, she's the victim and Governor DeSantis is bad and, his COVID-19 response is awful. And everybody else is perfect, and Donald Trump is the bad guy. So just, as long as you know the narrative, you're good. So there's that. We'll get to it coming up. Okay, a couple of things. Yeah, Mayor Pete's in the news. A little Mayor Pete headlines. I wonder if what I'm about to talk about has a little bit of Mayor Pete connection going on right now. Pete Buttigieg here is now... you see a little bit trending on Twitter. Well, this is fun. President-elect Joe Biden. President-elect Joe Biden. We already said it. This is Twitter. I'm reading a headline from Twitter. Because, if Twitter says it, if the local media, national media, state media, if Democrats say it, if never-Trumpers say it, if people who want you to believe that they've been always loyal to the president of the United States, but they're really not. They never were. They were just opportunists who wanted to ride the coattails. And then once it looks like there's a little bit of trouble, they jump. You probably know somebody like that. They're the ones that call him president-elect. I'm just reading. I don't believe that for 1 second. Sorry. I got time. There's lawsuits out there. I can wait. Joe Biden is considering Pete Buttigieg for ambassadorship to China, according to Axios. Really? Ambassador to China. That's probably a sweet gig. And I'm not making any connections to that story and the Eric Swalwell story that we found out from yesterday. And Eric Swalwell, who pushed the Russian collusion, a hoax. And we come to find out that there's a suspected Chinese intelligence operative that developed extensive ties with local and national politicians, including a U.S. congressman, and that person being Eric Swalwell. It appears Christine Fang targeted up-and-coming local politicians in the Bay Area and across the country through campaign fundraising, extensive networking, personal charisma, romantic or sexual relationships with at least 2 Midwestern mayors. She was able to gain proximity to political power, according to current and former U.S. intelligence officials. Even though U.S. officials do not believe Fang received or passed on classified information, the case, quote, was a big deal because there were some really, really sensitive people that were caught up in the intelligence network. Yeah, and among the most significant targets of her efforts was Representative Eric Swalwell of California. Well, how about that? And it is fascinating that if you go back to 2017, was it 2017 or 2016, I believe? It was Eric Swalwell on with Wolf Blitzer that was asked this very interesting question.
Congressman, before I let you go on a very different subject, you tweeted in support of a proposal of a Biden-Swalwell ticket in 2020. Are you prepared to run in 2020 as either a presidential or a vice presidential candidate?
Yeah, or Swalwell Biden, Wolf. I'm open to entertaining both variations.
Yeah, I'll bet you're entertaining both of those options. It would be interesting if you had enough money and all of a sudden you had some campaigning efforts that were surprising and networking and things going on where you were able to get out there onto a national stage and possibly even run for president of the United States. I wonder who might have helped you. And oh, by the way, to link up with Joe Biden, who just happens to be one of the individuals that many people have talked about with concerns about his connection and Hunter Biden with China. That's a whole other issue, but not really. That is fascinating, isn't it? And Christine Fang used her position as president of two campus organizations to branch out into local off-campus politics between 2013 and 2015. She was everywhere, to quote several people who knew her. She appears in photos with Eric Swalwell, another Democrat, Ro Khanna, Judy Chu, Mike Honda, numerous mayors, state assembly members, town council members, staffers, and other prominent politicians there in San Francisco. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of pictures of her with Eric Swalwell. Well, that is interesting. Man, very buddy-buddy with the Chinese operative. Don't know whether or not it was the same kind of connections, if you know what I mean. It's a family-friendly show, so we won't discuss the kind of connecting that was connecting there at the moment in time, but you can probably guess. And kids, listen, a valuable lesson. Don't do drugs or hang out with Chinese operatives that want to infiltrate your life to hopefully have you be a politician one day to reach the ranks of maybe even a president of the United States so that you can be manipulated by a communist government. That's good advice. Really good advice. Yeah. She was a campaign fundraiser and bundler for Eric Swalwell, helping to get him first elected to Congress in 2012. Lots of things that people want to know about his connections with communist China, especially considering that he was the ultimate of Russia collusion hoax pushers among Democrats, right?
Because if what's alleged is true, that Donald Trump and his team were working with the Russians to win the election, then it doesn't matter who paid for it. We now have a national security issue on
we got a national security issue if it was, Trump and Russians. Do we have a national security issue if it's you and the Chi-Coms, as Rush likes to call them? Just a lot of questions there about Eric Swalwell. And then here comes Pete Buttigieg, who could be the ambassador to China. I don't know of any connections, but I am saying that when asked about China, he's very, very neutral on what he thinks about China. So there you go. But look, there's nothing to see here because it's really the media that dictates what we need to know and what we don't need to know. That's all you need to do. Just look at local media, state media, national media. Just make sure you engulf yourself in the mainstream media so that you can be told what is things that we should look at and not look at. And to heck with national security. We don't worry about that kind of thing. And again, from yesterday, it is fascinating. That yesterday I brought up the audio from February 8th of 2020 when Mike Pompeo is at the National Governors Association and calling out governors not by name, but he said, hey, listen, when it comes to communist China and the connections with you governors, your names are out there.
These aren't hypotheticals. These scenarios are all too true, and they impact American foreign policy significantly.
Yep.
Indeed, last year, a Chinese government-backed think tank in Beijing produced a report that assessed all 50 of America's governors on their attitudes towards China. They labeled each of you friendly, hardline, or ambiguous. I'll let you decide where you think you belong. Someone in China already has.
That list is out there and the names are out there too. We want to check up on that, right? Because it's all about national security, right, Eric Swalwell? Come on now. National security means something to you, doesn't it? So, cool running with the hoax when it comes to you and your connections. Yeah. Again, the key is going to be to find out who will and who will not be talking about these very issues. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch at Drew Steele Radio, Steele with 3 E's. You'll get to see my official, unofficial Office of the President-elect seal. I have one of my own because, hey, why not? It seems like they're tossing them out whatever gets tossed out that people do things with. Okay, how about this? You know, there are people in media that will tell you exactly what you should and shouldn't think. There are people that are in the media that will describe what you should be doing when it comes to your COVID preparedness and the numbers and how you're going to be, you're not going to be able to live or survive without them telling you what to do and how to survive, even though all the evidence is right in front of you when it comes to things like COVID and the like. And, well, here's something interesting. These very same people also get positions where they teach your kids. There are a lot of people that we know that are getting positions teaching the youths of America. And you know, then when you get to the college level, you know how at one minute you might have a child that is the most staunch conservative and everything is wonderful and you've taught them well. Teach the children. Well, did I sing that right? Next thing you know, they come back from college and it's like, who are you? Who's been teaching you? Like James Comey. Remember on Dan Bongino's podcast, he had a chance to interview General Michael Flynn. And it was General Flynn who brought it up on Dan's podcast when he said, James Comey, wait a minute, I just want to remind everybody.
Comey, how he walks around with his smug look on his face all the time, I don't know how he does it. And I don't know how anybody allows that guy. I saw something recently where he's going to go teach ethics at Columbia or something like that. I mean, what? So you look at that, you say, a joke. Man, our education system must be broken to get people like him to be teaching that kind of stuff. Now, if he's teaching it and using him as an example as what not to do, okay, I'm fine with that. But if he's in there trying to teach ethics about how to be, he's probably, I'll stop there because I really don't want to go, it's like my mother said, if you can't say something nice about somebody, don't say anything at all. So I'll stop there.
He stopped there, being kind there, General Flynn, on Dan Bongino's podcast when he was like, wait a minute, he's going to teach ethics? James Comey is going to teach ethics. I mean, at least there aren't any other people who are going to be teaching at university levels that we might have questions about. It can't be that. Oh, wait, this just in. Yeah, it gets even worse. Guess who else is going to be teaching your kids, everybody? Where you're going to give all of your hard-earned money to make sure that child gets to go to a fantastic university that we're told if they don't have a university education, they are basically useless to society. I mean, that's how it works, right? You got to have a university education, and you got to tap every little drop of money that you have to get them there. Joy Reid now is going to have a position as well. How about that? She's going to teach journalism class at Howard University in 2021. Well, what's the big deal? She's a journalist, right? I mean, that's what she does. So what's the problem? She's teaching a course on the impact of race and gender on political coverage, particularly in this area of virtual media and deep partisanship and political division. It's never been more important that journalists incorporate a thorough and honest historical context in our coverage. I can't wait to interact with the brilliant students at Howard and share ideas with them on how we as an industry can be better and do better. So what does that look like? Which part of being better and doing better as an industry will she be teaching the kids at Howard University? How exactly does that work? What is the issue with journalists and the obligation of journalists, thorough and honest historical context in the coverage? Is it this?
If somehow they manage to stumble into the Supreme Court,
Do any of you guys trust Uncle Clarence and Amy Coney Barrett and those guys to actually follow the letter of the law? No. I mean, it is a completely politicized Supreme Court.
Yeah, Uncle Clarence. That's not racist, by the way, to say that about Clarence Thomas. Uncle Thomas. That's what you'll be hearing more of, right?
This is a Mussolini moment. Donald Trump, who looks like he has makeup on, which means somebody had to get close enough to make up his face.
All right, there you go. When the president was addressing the American people, and a Mussolini moment. But, this is honest journalism, a thorough and honest historical context, and this is what's going to be taught at our universities to our kids. Just want to remind everybody before we do Drew's College that you probably get more of an education doing Drew's College than you will spending 4 years at some of the universities that you're going to send your kids to. So you're welcome, because I don't charge. But also, do not make the mistake of thinking that, number one, university is the only way to success in this country. It's not, you know it. Number two, that is how we, not you and I, but how this country is starting to craft what will be the future, and that is forcing kids to get into universities that have no problem teaching liberal ideology and brainwashing our kids into a position where you and I should and will be extinct. We won't be. We're not going anywhere, but they would love that. It's just sad. All right, 239-479-5592. Let's do it right now. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Hey, I like you there, caller number 5. I think you should call right now and play. So why not do that? 5th caller, playing Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5. Fox News right all along, and traffic is here with Sabrina Katz.
The crash on the interstate at mile marker 131 is really backing up traffic. No relief yet. We're backed up all the way from MLK Boulevard to Daniels Parkway. So if you're heading south of MLK looking to get to Colonial, go ahead and hop on Ortiz. If you're heading south of Colonial, stick to Tree Line. Tree Line still looks great heading to Daniels Parkway. That Daniels extension is just packed if you're heading westbound of Gateway. Also delays from a crash at Immokalee Road and Valewood Drive. Now this is slowing traffic heading westbound to I-75. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
30s and 40s for your Wednesday morning. Bundle up with even some patchy frost inland, but eventually we rebound into the mid-60s, which is still cooler than average for this time of the year, but enjoy that sunshine all throughout the day. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News, making Southwest Florida great every day. 92.5 Fox News.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
Year-end sales event at Galliana Kia in Fort Myers. Everything goes, nothing held back. 2021 Kia Forte LXS lease, just $99 per month. That's right, a new Kia Forte for $99 per month. 2021 Kia Sportage LX lease, $149 per month. Yes, a new Kia Sportage SUV for $149 per month. Select models with interest-free financing for 75 months. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. At Galliana Kia in Fort Myers, if you've got $500 down and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Galliana Kia, 1/2 mile south of Daniels Parkway on US 41 in Fort Myers. Open every day, including Sunday. Call 239-481-2600. GallianaCars.com.
You should be driving a Kia from Galliana. Galliana Kia.
36-month lease is 10,000 miles per year, $34.99 due at signing plus tax, title, dealer, and acquisition fee. 0 security deposit with lender approval, $13.33 per month per $1,000 borrowed for 75 months at 0 APR with 0 down. Offers don't combine. Expires month end.
All right, you're going to put everything else aside for just a minute because I am worried about your home's water, to be quite honest, because I know what mine was like before I got my Pent Air water treatment system. You hear me talking about Pelican water, right? Well, Pelican is now Pent Air Water Solutions, and you can call Max to get your free Pent Air water test. He'll come over, and you're going to love the way your water tastes once you get that system in from every faucet with that new Pent Air water treatment system. The big difference with Pent Air water experts. They're Pent Air certified, uniformed water specialists using state-of-the-art Pent Air water tests, and with a mobile showroom, it's great. They pull up, and you can see everything right in front of you, the wide range of options, and now With Pentair's new Wi-Fi salt sensor, you can check your salt levels anytime you'd like, right from your phone. How cool is that? So call now for your free Pentair water test. It's really easy. You can take 15% off your whole home water system. Here's the number. Call today at 239-880-7799 or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
And now a word from Dr. Johnston at 596-BACK.
Across the country, there has been a major increase in the number of back and neck pain cases. Most researchers attribute it to a decrease in the amount of activity people have been getting. This leads to pinched or compressed spinal nerves. These same nerves go down into people's legs and arms. I've especially noticed this among those with stenosis, arthritis, or bulging herniated discs. This pain, weakness, or numbness should not be ignored. Action needs to be taken. If you suffer from one of these conditions, or even scoliosis or neuropathy, it's important to get your condition correctly diagnosed and treated. At Johnston Spinal Care, we treat these conditions non-surgically, without needles or medications, using spinal decompression, completely safe and painless. Call today for a no-charge telephone consultation or MRI review. Johnston Spinal Care. We're here for you. Call 596-BACK, 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Mike in Cape Coral. Hello there, Mike.
Hey, good morning. Good gravy, bad election.
Yeah, bad election. You got that right. But it's not over yet. All right, it's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Mike, what's Bill Clinton's wife's first name?
Bill Y. Airy.
Can we accept that? Yes, we can. Okay. That's Hillary. That is correct. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Who was Speaker of the House before Nancy Pelosi?
John Boehner.
No, it was Paul Ryan. Yeah. It was Paul Ryan. Ryan. Ah, that was a tricky one. All right, well, let's see if you get this one. Who penned the Declaration of Independence? Who was that?
That would be Mr. Thomas Jefferson.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We will see if you get a master's degree on this question. Where is it? Okay, let's do this one right here. The 3 branches of government. What are the 3 branches of the United States government?
The executive elect, the legislative, and the justice.
Judicial. Yeah, we can say justice. Yeah, sure. Okay. Yes, very good. All right. Well, congratulations, Mike. That was good. You came back strong there. You were almost right all along, not totally, but you're working on it, and that's what it's all about. It's working your way through the things that you're just not sure about and making your way to success. Did that instill confidence at all?
I concur.
And if I knew what that meant, I would agree. All right. Of course, I know what it means. I'm just kidding. All right. Way to go, Mike. Good job. We appreciate you there in Cape Coral and everybody for playing. 750. We do it each and every day. Drew's College. All right. Now, Matt Caldwell coming up next. Let's get to the Rebecca Jones saga here.
92.5 Fox News.
Welcome to the world of smart floors. Be inspired by Naples' newest and best floor gallery with the highest quality of floor coverings. Smart Floors is celebrating the opening of their new location next to Home Goods in the Park Shore Plaza. For the best in carpet, ceramic tile, hardwood, and luxury vinyl, let Smart Floors inspire you. Visit smartfloorsusa.com.
When shopping for new floor, we stand for so much more. Smart service, smart prices, Smart Floors. Dial *2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Riddle, your host of The Drive here. I was blind. I literally would have to hold a paper or my phone about 4 inches from my face to be able to see. But I went to Dr. France and his team, and they helped me with LASIK. It was and is life-changing. But listen, they have something new now. It's called the SMILE procedure. It is the latest technology in laser vision correction. It's a lot like LASIK, but with a smaller incision and no flap. So it's minimally invasive, and it has a lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. It is perfect for individuals with active lifestyles. Dr. France and his team are the expert surgeons here in Southwest Florida with the first practice here with this state-of-the-art laser vision correction again called SMILE. So schedule your free SMILE laser vision correction screening at France Eye Care and do it by this. Just dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available. Give them a call today.
France Eye Care.
When you're looking for a career change, what's important to you? Health insurance, dental, vision, wages, working conditions, paid time off, or an opportunity for growth. My Shower Door offers all of these, plus more. For the past 5 years, My Shower Door has continued to grow throughout Florida, and this growth requires top candidates. If you or someone you know is interested in making a career change, apply at myshowerdoor.com/careers and take that first step towards your new career path.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Now, this is a Wink News update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A father will go before a judge this morning for the death of his 1-year-old son. Investigators say Shahzad Saeed knowingly fell asleep while he was supposed to be watching his 2 children at his Deep Creek home and left them unsupervised. While he was sleeping, his 2 children opened the door and the 1-year-old fell in the pool. Charlotte County deputies tried to save the baby, but it was too late. Cape Coral City Council has approved a plan for the fire department to team up with the Department of Health, all to administer vaccinations. Only certified paramedics can administer the immunizations in a non-emergency situation. Punta Gorda police say people are receiving packets from what looks like the U.S. Census Bureau requesting you fill out personal information and then return the forms. But police say it's a trap. The 2020 census has already been completed, and it was confirmed with the U.S. Census Bureau that these are not legitimate forms. If you receive a packet in the mail, throw it away. Lee County deputies are investigating a double murder-suicide in Bonita Bay. Deputies are staying tight-lipped, but say 2 women and a man died. They have identified the 2 women, but not the man. They have not released their names. The Lee County School Board approved a resolution to set October as LGBT History Month. It was set as a resolution this past October, but there were heated arguments from both sides at that meeting. It then led the board to pull the item from the agenda and discuss it later. Round 3 of Lee Care's Utilities Assistance Program is ready. It will help pay up to $1,000 in your water, sewage, or electric bills for eligible applicants. Eligible households must have lost jobs, been furloughed, or experienced reduced income after March 1st of this year. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
The crash on the interstate at mile marker 131 is really backing up traffic. No relief yet. We're backed up all the way from MLK Boulevard to Daniels Parkway. So if you're heading south of MLK looking to get to Colonial, go ahead and hop on Ortiz. If you're heading south of Colonial, stick to Tree Line. Tree Line still looks great heading to Daniels Parkway. That Daniels extension is just packed if you're heading westbound of Gateway. Also delays from a crash at Immokalee Road and Valewood Drive. Now this is slowing traffic heading westbound to I-75. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold start with 30s and 40s with even some patchy frost inland, it's going to be a beautiful, picture-perfect Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures over 10 degrees below average, only topping out in the mid-60s. But enjoy that sunshine as we will continue it all the way into your Thursday as we do start cold with 40s and then 70s with a nice swing into the afternoon. 80s are set to make a comeback for the weekend. Just a few areas of rain, not a washout. Also another chance of rain on Monday with a front, and that brings in some cooler and drier air for Tuesday and Wednesday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Hey, small business owners, this is Drew Steele. Look, things have been rough this year, and we want to help. Enter the Bounce Forward Together sweepstakes presented by Comcast Business, and you can win $5,000 and a 4-week professionally produced ad schedule on 92.5 Fox News. Log on to bounceforwardtogether.com, answer a few quick questions, and you'll be entered to win. That's bounceforwardtogether.com to enter to win $5,000 for your small business. No purchase necessary. See official rules for details.
Your new home is calling you to live the good life starting now. And River Hall is where it all starts. A true paradise. River Hall is one of the Gulf Coast's most exclusive master planned communities, with homes priced from the 500s to the 800s. Upscale country club living, complete with a Davis Love III championship golf course, all waiting for you. Here's to finally finding the perfect place. Here's to home. River Hall is just 20 minutes east of Fort Myers in the River Shores District. Come see model homes now. Visit liveriverhall.com.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
From 92.5 Fox News.
This is what Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live on YouTube anytime you want to watch, and Facebook at Drew Steele Radio. Steele with 3 E's. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That'll help to keep us going. Matt Caldwell joining us on this beautiful Wednesday where we're starting to get a little bit of a warm-up. Well, I hope so, because I'm looking at the sun coming out, and it looks fantastic. I don't know how it feels, though. I mean, it was awfully cold this morning. That's all I know. How are you doing today?
We're doing fine. Yeah, it's a bit chilly outside. There's no doubt about it. Unseasonably cool, I think your weather report said.
That is correct. Are you going to be? Is that your weather? Are you trying to get a gig doing the weather here? Is that what you're trying to do, Matt Caldwell? You already got a gig.
Whatever way I can help out, Drew. I'm just here to be a servant.
Yes, that's great. All right, praising properties and doing weather. I guess you could do it all. Who knows what else? All right, let's get to some of the issues that are going on today. Hey, first of all, I'd love to get your thoughts on this, as Texas, along with some other states, filing the lawsuit against 4 states, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, on the Supreme Court level. I have to tell you, of everything that has been going on and getting kicked out of courts and the Trump legal team and Dominion and all of this stuff with the software and mail-in ballots, and I understand how tough that is, and it's been for them, that they have a ton of evidence, but they have to go through these liberal judges and have to deal with them. I would dare say that this, to me, is the one case that may stick. This may be the one that could really change things. I feel that way. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I think it does have the best potential, and it really gets to the heart of the question, which is, how does my vote get treated if we don't vote all the same way, or at least in the same process across the whole country? And by that, I mean, if some states are taking ballots 3, 4, 5 days, a week after the election's over, but I live in a state where, I have to stick to the normal process of voting, how does that disadvantage me, the person that follows the rules, follows what common sense dictates. And I think ultimately that fairness question, the fact that all the voters in the country who get to vote for president should receive the same equal treatment of civil rights. If these states are doing things, extraordinarily breaking their own laws in order to open up the vote for as much as a week after Election Day, that puts the rest of us at a disadvantage. And I think it's really something the Supreme Court has to weigh in.
Yeah. When you talk about the Constitution, it is a direct attack to the Constitution. You're violating the Constitution by doing these things. There's no the thing that I like about this case, if you're going to make one, although I believe in all the other cases as well, I think they're all legit. But I will say with this one, there is no a kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but there's no twisting and turning to get to what you're trying to say. There's no twisting and turning or trying to jump through hoops to get to this point, whether it's video or witnesses or everything else. This is cut and dry, straight to the Constitution, straight to the point, and that's why I think that this one has legs. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. I mean, all of us are frustrated about the other lawsuits, and I've kind of tried to help people think about it this way. Everybody knew Al Capone was a gangster. They knew he was committing all kinds of outrageous acts. They only got him ultimately because his accountant flipped and they convicted him on tax fraud. And so all these other cases, we may know, in our gut that bad things were happening in Atlanta or Philadelphia or in Wisconsin.
Dare I say evidence. Dare I say even evidence, right? Yeah, and it's the proof, the burden of proof and witnesses and how, in a court of law, how it works with witnesses and all the, like I said, all the things that you have to jump through, all the people that you have to have on your side and laying out a case. This one is just boom, right to the point. And so I like this. But we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's see some of the other things we're keeping an eye on, Matt Caldwell. What's going on? I'm hearing some stuff about Laco and I want and Wilton Simpson. Explain to me what's going on here with this in the state.
Sure. So Wilton Simpson's the Senate president coming in with this term. He was giving a speech to the Florida Chamber this week on a number of issues, but something that kind of caught people's eye was his comment that the reservoir south of the lake, Joe Negron's big project with much fanfare from several years ago, he doesn't think that one should go forward. As he looks at the landscape and how to really solve discharges to the estuaries, he wants to see the money invested north of the lake. We've talked a lot about in the past how most of the problem originates there. That's where all the water comes from. And to have the Senate president so clearly lay out that his priority is moving money to projects north of the lake rather than continuing these South Lake projects, that's a pretty earth-shattering shift from where the direction of Everglades restoration has gone the last 5-6 years.
Oh, boy. So why? I mean, what is this? What I have to tell you, I'm not, from what I'm hearing, and it's early, and maybe you can tell me I'm wrong, but I'm not impressed so far with Wilton Simpson and some of the things that I'm hearing. I'm not impressed with somebody who, and I'll say this, and I hate to say it, but maybe he'll prove me wrong, but I'm not impressed with, for example, I talked about last week, all the Democrats that he's giving chairs to and bringing people into the fold, so to speak, and how with the politics the way they are right now, reaching across the aisle, I don't know about that. Especially here in the state, when we have an election coming up in 2 years, a pretty important election in the state, and some of the fire that's going to be thrown at Governor DeSantis, and some of what people on the inside are already doing and talking about, and that's going to bring up the Rebecca Jones story in just a minute. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Do you feel the same way? Are you concerned, or is this just? Well, you tell me.
Well, listen, the Florida Senate has always been the place where conservative ideas went to die.
I can't tell you how sick and tired I am of hearing that, though, Matt. I can't tell you how.
I know.
I know. I hate it. I can't stand listening to that comment because everybody says it, and it's sort of like, it is what it. No, it's not what it is. It shouldn't be that way. And people like Wilton Simpson in positions of authority should be the ones that recognize that that's not a safe place to be. That's not the answer. It's not like we're the firewall against anything that's radical, because it's always the left that gets what they want. And it's the conservatives and the values that brought us to the place where we are that seem to be the ones that are questioned. I'm sorry. I need to let you talk. Go ahead.
No. Well, I think you expressed the frustration most of us has felt, those of us that served there and the ones that do now currently. Anytime the House members try to push some very good conservative policy, it does get watered down, and it's hard to get through the Senate. It's part of the dynamics of the difference between the two chambers. But I will say, if you look over the last decade, the curve has been bending ever so surely towards a more conservative Senate. And you look at this freshman class, people like Jason Broder out of Seminole County, Ray Rodriguez here in Southwest Florida, and the class before, Manny Diaz over in Dade County, a huge champion for education reform and parental choice. Really, those big topic issues are continuing to move right. We're continuing to move towards the House. And I think when you look at somebody like President Simpson, he's going to have to answer folks like ourselves about, how would he govern, particularly when you look at the long-term field and the expectation he's thinking about running for ag commissioner. Of all the cabinet seats, I can tell you that's the one where voters are looking for a tried and true conservative in their Republican nominee. And I think a lot of what he's going to be pursuing is going to be focused on making that case. I think it starts here. I think he looks at this Everglades issue, something that's important to Southwest Florida, and says, what's the reality? How are you going to really make a difference for the discharges? And I happen to agree with him on this policy question. You're going to get far more bang for your buck. You're going to see a solution within our lifetime, not within the next century, if you focus on keeping the water out of Lake Okeechobee in the first place. And so I took it as a heartening sign, that he wasn't mealy-mouthed about it. He wasn't one of these that's, all solutions that have the same value. He went right to the heart of it on this issue and said, this is what I believe, and this is how I'm going to lead in this question.
Yeah, just when you thought, Matt Caldwell, that the Laco issue is going away, that it's settled, resolved, that we figured all of this out. We haven't. It's not. And it seems like there are always going to be these talks and these issues, and I mean politically. Like we're still having this conversation. And there are people that are getting a whole lot of money from our pockets through the state government that, again, I hate to say it, that are going to fight against the values that you have, that I have, and against this governor, because there's an election coming up in 2 years. It's full steam ahead. And that's going to take me to what we're getting ready to talk about right now. Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. The Rebecca Jones story, to me, this data scientist, she inputted data. Where did you come up with that? That we come to find out whose home was raided. We're going to get to the story. And now somebody else has popped up out of the fray to go against the governor. It all seems way, way, way too convenient that they will continue to push against the governor and his COVID policies when there's an election coming up in 2 years. And, oh, by the way, it starts now. Talk about the Rebecca Jones issue, who she was, and what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, I mean, listeners should recall back in the early summer, Ms. Jones was fired from the Department of Health for insubordination. She was essentially making up the stats in the way that she put them together. Her job was to take the data from the 67 counties about COVID cases and put it together in the dashboard so that the governor and the executive branch could make decisions. And she was caught misusing her position and abusing the way she was inputting that data. And it followed insubordination. They didn't get into the details because of her employee concerns, but she was ultimately fired. She became a folk hero for the left. She was, this was, I've been fired because I'm trying to tell the truth. Fast forward to September, somebody hacked into the Department of Health, the internal communication system, and started posting messages, tell the truth, the governor is wrong, you need to be honest with the people. And FDLE, our state version of the FBI, was investigating, who did this, how'd they get inside, and ultimately it appears to have been Ms. Jones creating havoc, trying to throw her politics into it. And I think you're spot on. I think you're going to see this kind of behavior grow over the next 2 years. We are the prize in the country for the Democrats. They want this governorship. They want this state. And they're going to try to use every trick in the book in order to try to discredit Ron DeSantis and the rest of the Republican leadership here.
Yeah, there's so much that has to be debunked about Rebecca Jones. She was not the architect of the dashboard. People are calling her the architect of the COVID dashboard. It's ridiculous. She's not a scientist, a coronavirus scientist, as some people have put out. That is ridiculous. Let's remember something. She went on, and I played the audio from her yesterday on Fredo's program on CNN, Chris Cuomo, stating that, I didn't hack anything. There was no hack. Well, there may not have been a hack because she may have already had access to the passwords to get into, or maybe she has some friends on the inside that helped her to get in as well. We don't know. That is a very viable position that could have happened. So legally, when she says I didn't hack, she's telling the truth. But the truth, I mean, I want to know more about what they know at a state level and the investigation from FDLE and the complaint in detail. But now you come to find out, and this gets back to the most important point. It's an election, everybody. It's an election coming up. There's nothing more that the liberals and Democrats would love than to get the State House in Tallahassee in their hands. And you have a Sarasota lawyer who resigned his appointment to the panel that picks judges on Tuesday to call attention to the way the governor has handled, quote, public access to truthful data and the rating of the home. This is the way that the Miami Herald put it. But here's the funny part. So this... Ron Filipkowski is the guy who, and he even went on CNN to talk down about the governor, as you can imagine. Here's something interesting. As they label a Marine veteran, former state and federal prosecutor, and a lifelong Republican appointed to the 12th Judicial Nominating Commission by DeSantis resigned. Okay, so there are Marines that probably don't like the president or the governor too much. That happens. Okay, he's a federal state prosecutor. All right, great. Lifelong Republican. Oh, I don't know. Are there any lifelong Republicans that you might ask yourself, hey, they're not exactly fans of the governor or the president? I'm just saying, are there some swamp people that you can think of? Super duper lifelong Republican swampy people that may not be fans of the governor or the president. And then it goes on to say, here's what I think is funny. It goes on to talk about how he doesn't want to serve because of what DeSantis did in raiding the home. But he also was somebody that has problems with. Oh, look at this. Here you go. Even though I was never happy with the way that DeSantis handled COVID, it's still separate and distinct from what I did here. So he was already somebody who didn't like the governor. He's already somebody who said publicly that he has a problem with the governor. And oh, by the way, I'm going to take this like righteous stand. It stinks, Matt. It stinks of politics, all of this.
Well, and it's hypocritical for him to be a career prosecutor. Look, FDLE followed up on this investigation because that's their job. They were not instructed by the governor. FDLE works for the entire cabinet, and they are the investigatory arm for crimes against state government and at a state impact. If he's a career prosecutor, does he not respect the basic law enforcement personnel that saw a crime and went and investigated it and have good reason to believe they found the person that committed it?
No, he's more principled than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. It's like it's and the headlines are really disgusting. Just to give you an example of the headlines here, from one liberal outlet, ex data scientist rips Florida governor after raid. And then on the other side of it, the same place, rawstory.com. DeSantis is out of control. Florida governor ripped for Gestapo tactics after raid of COVID critics' home. Yeah. Again, it's all disgusting because here we have a virus that we are all concerned about, that we hate that anybody would die from COVID, not with COVID, but from COVID. Big difference. We hate to see these spike in numbers. We hate to have any of this. And more than that, I think I could speak for everyone when I say that politics and COVID shouldn't mix. There should be no politics in this. It's straightforward. We have the evidence. We know what the data looks like. We know the things that we should do and shouldn't do. We should have just as much sympathy for that person, that 16-year-old in Maine that killed himself because he told in a note to his family that he felt trapped and there was no way out because of COVID and he couldn't see friends. And we should have the same amount of compassion for that, for depression and suicide and everything that is happening that's ancillary outside of people who have COVID, as much as we are for the family member that is lost due to COVID. We can do both, but according to some, we can't.
Well, it is just an opportunity to use politics to advance people's ambitions, and I think you've got it pegged, and we're going to see it get worse and worse, even with the vaccine coming, even with the virus running its course like a virus ultimately will. It'll go on beyond 2021, and it will be a feature of all of these campaigns in 2022, criticizing people for doing what I think has been a fantastic job, particularly in the governor's case. You compare where Florida's at to the other big states like California and New York, there's no question that we're doing a better job of handling this and handling it in a smart way. It's why people are leaving those states to come here, the folks that are desperate to live life in a much better way than the complete shutdown you're seeing in other places.
Yeah, which is detrimental, right? You know, this ugly circle that we're in right now, which is we have billions of dollars that are needed for individuals who can't go to work because of decisions by politicians who turn to them and say, I need help because you're making me not able to go to work. And then those same politicians going, you know what? It's not enough money. We need to bail out some of the bad policies in blue states. And if we don't get that, then the heck with you, and admitting as much. And that's what's happening with the COVID relief bill. How disgusting that is. And that's reality. And it's wrong. And ask yourself who's doing it. All right, Matt, we got to run. Matt Caldwell joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. And maybe we'll do this again next week if you're available and warm.
I'll be ready to do the weather.
I don't know what the warm part. Yeah, don't do the weather. It's okay. You stick with your day job, so to speak. See what I did there? Okay, I got to go. All right, see you later. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. There's the left way, and then there's the right way. 92.5 Fox News.
Mel's Diner makes your holiday meals easy.
We're bringing back good times and great food. Mel's Diner.
This holiday season, Mel's Diner puts everyone in the spirit with Mel's Holiday Family Meals to Go. Serving up to 6 with entrees like Mel's famous slow-roasted turkey, hand-carved just for you, or baked all-natural Virginia ham. Dinners include your choice of homemade stuffing, mashed potatoes and gravy, or mashed sweet potatoes and green beans and corn. And as a bonus, a whole pumpkin pie for just $79.99. You can't prepare it for less. And with this delicious deal, you don't have to cook. Reserve yours today. Mel's Diner gift cards are available now with a 20% bonus. It's a bell-ringing deal. For example, buy a $25 gift card and get 30. It's the gift everyone will enjoy. Make it home for the holidays with holiday family meals to go from Mel's Diner.
Mel's Diner.
Hey, it's Drew Steele talking to my good friend Dave Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters. And I love talking to Dave because when I talk to Dave, I know that means he has something special for you. In this case, like I have in my home, Core Tech is absolutely amazing, Dave. And I got to tell you, I love it. My wife loves it. And boy, you've got a lot of Core Tech right now in stock.
Yes, we do. And we've got about 6 or 7 truckloads coming to beat the tariff increase. And we're going to guarantee a freeze of the prices on all our in-stock Core-Tech. We're not going to go up 50 cents a square foot, and we're going to save it for our customers.
And so when it comes to Core-Tech, I mean, it is just amazing the selection that you have. And not only that, the installation is incredible. What you do there is fantastic.
Yes, and we stock 100 colors of Core-Tech.
Floor Meisters, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. So give them a call today at 239-596-4964 or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Hi, I'm Roger Lawley, founder of the If I Can Dream Foundation. As a young boy growing up in Pine Island, I always remember the closeness of the community that this time of year brings. With all of the negativity in the world, it's important to remember the good. How we have pulled together as a community and a nation to lift one another on countless occasions in times of need. Here's to wishing that the Christmas spirit lasts throughout 2020 and beyond. From our family to yours, Merry Christmas.
You may not know it, but male performance during intimate moments requires proper blood flow, which only gets worse with age. The result? All men experience some level of performance issues over time, from decreased firmness all the way to chronic ED. At Metro Men's Health, our goal is to provide you with the most effective treatment for performance issues. Years ago, we used to use the same technology as other clinics, but didn't settle for one-size-fits-all treatments or outdated wave technology. Should you? We've developed new patent-pending technology called Linear Piezo Energy Protocol, allowing us to create treatment plans specifically to you. We've helped thousands of men achieve consistent, longer-lasting results, and those results can be yours too. Your condition will only get worse with time. Don't wait. Call Metro Men's Health to schedule your evaluation at 239-599-9900, 239-599-9900, or visit us at metromenshealth.com.
Sunday on Wink TV, the biggest NFL games are on CBS, and the best place to watch Wink TV. Sunday at 1 is an AFC showdown. Patrick Mahomes leads Super Bowl champion Kansas City
Coming in like a champion.
as they travel to Miami to face Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. Kansas City Chiefs at Miami Dolphins. Sunday at 1. The NFL on CBS is on Wink TV.
Coming in like a champion.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
By now, you've already heard that only Naples Nissan will give you the full original base MSRP for your trade-in. You may even be sick of hearing about it. Yes, for several months now, we've been telling you to bring us that 5, 6, 7-year-old car you're driving now to get the same price that you paid for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. You've already heard us say, if your trade-in is a 2014 or newer with less than 80,000 miles on it, only Naples Nissan will pay you the full original MSRP for it. So, why have we been advertising the same offer for so many months now? Because it works. We've taken in hundreds of quality trade-ins, sold hundreds of new cars, and made hundreds of new happy customers. And you can still get full MSRP for your trade-in too. Come see us here on Pine Ridge Road and drive your brand new Nissan home today. Visit naplesnissan.com for full details. Happy holidays, Southwest Florida. Offer on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Duncan's Diamonds invites you to our greatest Christmas sale ever. With Christmas just around the corner, everything in the entire store is specially priced right now with tremendous savings. Christmas will be here before you know it, so now's the time to buy everything from diamonds to the most fashionable jewelry at unbeatable prices. We guarantee you will be amazed and find great gifts for everyone on your list. This Christmas sale at Duncan's Diamonds is the largest ever. Now's the time to save. Come see us. You can enjoy Duncan's Diamonds layaway or save with fantastic holiday financing plans. People come from all over because we will not be undersold by anyone, anywhere. It's definitely worth the drive to Duncan's Diamonds. Save during this huge Christmas sale. Duncan's Diamonds for the best prices on diamonds and fine jewelry. We work very hard to make you happy because we believe in love. Come see us.
Duncan's Diamonds, US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
For over 2 decades, when Southwest Florida businesses wanted to increase profits and productivity, they turned to the Panther. Panther Printing, 936-5050. Panther Printing is the area's largest printing, publishing, and direct mail company. With over 35 highly skilled professionals, the newest state-of-the-art equipment, and a huge 20,000 square foot production center right here in Southwest Florida. Most importantly, Panther Printing can save you money. Simply pull out your most recent invoices for newsletters, publications, magazines, menus, flyers, brochures, direct mail postcards, and all your other printed materials. Call Panther at 936-5050 now. Panther Printing's new website offers 24/7 pricing and order status for easy ordering and online tracking. Panther Printing, 936-5050. 936-5050. And online at pantherprinting.net. Take your business to the next level with the power of the Panther. Panther Printing, 936-5050.
This Wink News Update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Now, this is a Wink News Update.
I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News. A father will go before a judge this morning for the death of his 1-year-old son. Investigators say Shahzad Saeed knowingly fell asleep while he was supposed to be watching his 2 children at his Deep Creek home and left them unsupervised. While he was sleeping, his 2 children opened the door and the 1-year-old fell in the pool. Charlotte County deputies tried to save the baby, but it was too late. Cape Coral City Council has approved a plan for the fire department to team up with the Department of Health, all to administer vaccinations. Only certified paramedics can administer the immunizations in a non-emergency situation. Punta Gorda police say people are receiving packets from what looks like the U.S. Census Bureau requesting you fill out personal information and then return the forms. But police say it's a trap. The 2020 census has already been completed, and it was confirmed with the U.S. Census Bureau that these are not legitimate forms. If you receive a packet in the mail, throw it away. Lee County deputies are investigating a double murder-suicide in Bonita Bay. Deputies are staying tight-lipped, but say 2 women and a man died. They have identified the 2 women, but not the man. They have not released their names. The Lee County School Board approved a resolution to set October as LGBT History Month. It was set as a resolution this past October, but there were heated arguments from both sides at that meeting. It then led the board to pull the item from the agenda and discuss it later. Round 3 of Lee Care's Utilities Assistance Program is ready. It will help pay up to $1,000 in your water, sewage, or electric bills for eligible applicants. Eligible households must have lost jobs, been furloughed, or experienced reduced income after March 1st of this year. I'm Lindsay Sablon with Wink News.
Wink News traffic.
The interstate is still backed up right now, and we're slow all the way from MLK Boulevard down to Daniels from the crash that is just south of Daniels. Traffic's also slow trying to get onto the interstate from Daniels eastbound. So keep this in mind. The best thing you can do instead of heading to 75, take Tree Line if you're heading southbound of Colonial towards Daniels. Also, a crash at Metro and Crystal, 2 southbound lanes blocked, and we're backed up at a creep and crawl for over a mile and a half. Plantation is your best alternate. That's up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
After a cold start with 30s and 40s with even some patchy frost inland, it's going to be a beautiful, picture-perfect Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures over 10 degrees below average, only topping out in the mid-60s. But enjoy that sunshine as we will continue it all the way into your Thursday as we do start cold with 40s and then 70s with a nice swing into the afternoon. 80s are set to make a comeback for the weekend. Just a few areas of rain, not a washout. Also another chance of rain on Monday with a front, and that brings in some cooler and drier air for Tuesday and Wednesday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, the Weather Authority.
Wink News at the top and bottom of the hour.
92.5 Fox News.
We are going to make America great again.
Right. All along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato's Sports Page. Do you feel like you're the forgotten person in this great country, working hard all your life and contributing to this country's greatness, but taken for granted by our politicians' quest for voters? Using their slogan, more taxes will set you free. At Stevie's, you are not forgotten. We love our customers and never want them to feel forgotten. We deliver the value you deserve with our food, service, and pricing. Making our customers feel special is our happiness. As the owner of Stevie Tomatoes, we cater to the forgotten person. Those of you who go about every day doing what it takes for them and their family while contributing to this country's greatness, its culture and values. I personally invite you to allow us to be a small part of what makes you feel special, and we promise to obtain your complete satisfaction. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit MoranWM.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Coming up, we are going to have the final count for 10,000 for the troops. Kim Gade and the military support group at Lee Health is going to join us. I believe they finally have the count together. We're going to find out what it is, so in about 10 more minutes. And we know it's... We overdid ourselves 20,000 plus. We knew that number. Everything else has been rough up to this point. So what's the number going to look like? We're going to find out together. And we'll get to the thing as well. We'll get to your calls if you have some thoughts. 239-479-5592 on anything and everything that's going on. But first, let's do this. The top 5 audio clips of the day. Here's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
You get the death threats for you, without then you and your wife and your family and all that stuff, and it's horrible, but you should always know that if you need anything from us, we are always there for you. We are big admirers of yours, and you will go down in history for being a good guy.
Being a good guy. In case you didn't recognize that voice, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, the former California governor. Georgia's Secretary of State is Brad Raffensperger. They were participating in a virtual meeting, and it was the former governor, and, Schwarzenegger, that's all you have to say, who was saying that you're a good guy. And he praised him for resisting political pressure, doing his job, and going against the president and the lawsuits and everything else that is happening in the state of Georgia. So Schwarzenegger siding with Raffensperger. And he was just on his. He's on his side, and I guess the big question that I have after hearing that is, do we still really care what Schwarzenegger thinks about politics? What?
Number 4.
Senator Bernie Sanders said that Democrats turned down a deal from the White House for $1.8 trillion because Schumer and Pelosi wanted $2.2 trillion. Now you're looking at a compromise deal of about half of the White House offered. $908 billion. We don't even know if we're going to be able to see that passed. Looking back, was it a mistake for Pelosi and Schumer to turn down $1.8 trillion?
There was some exuberance involved because an election was coming, and they were both outbidding one another and trying to find some common ground. They didn't reach that point. But to return to those pre-election days and sentiments, political sentiments, is very difficult.
Oh, good. There's another Democrat who was admitting that it was all politics. The reason why they didn't settle to help the American people who their actions by politicians are the ones that are hurting people who are desperate to get money into their homes and feed their families because of your decisions to shut businesses down and everything else, lockdowns and the like. And when they turn to you, Democrats say, yeah, whatever. It's politics, baby. When we win and we get what we want, then we can talk about it. But there's another Democrat admitting that they could care less about you when it comes to COVID. Thanks so much.
Number 3.
No guns. Nerf guns? Nope, not even a Nerf gun. Nope. If your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. But what else would you like?
Yeah, why not have Santa destroy, a liberal Santa destroy the hopes and dreams of kids at Christmas time? I mean, there you go, a viral video out there. A liberal Santa Claus making a little child cry because he asked for a gun, and Santa says, no guns. And the mom's like, no, Nerf guns. And he's like, no, not even a Nerf gun. Nope, if your dad wants to get it for you, that's fine, but I can't bring it to you. Santa telling a child that he can't bring him a Nerf gun because, it's the liberal thing to do. How much more, you liberals, can you touch and destroy? Stop it.
Number 2.
And I'm grateful to the members of my COVID team that I'd like to introduce to you now, who will lead the way. I'm really proud of this group. For Secretary of Health and Education Service, I nominated Javier Baccaria. Javier Bashir, excuse me.
There you go. It's President-elect Joe Biden. President-elect Joe Biden. That's funny. If you're looking at my YouTube page, you see I have an office of the President-elect Drew Steele because I'm in my office and I feel like I want to be president one day and I'd like to be elected. And so I got my own office of President-elect. I got a little logo there. You can even see it on our YouTube channel. And there's the future China lover, President of the United States there, Joe Biden. Boy, he loves China a lot. Like Eric Swalwell does. And he made an HHS pick and called him by the wrong name. His name is, what is it?
Javier Baccaria.
Bashara Baccaria, what do you Bossa Nova and Macarena. Hey, we don't know. We'll call him whatever we feel like calling him.
Javier Baccaria.
You'd think that he might have practiced that a little bit, but hey, when's the oatmeal coming?
Number 1.
We shouldn't be surprised about the media being silent on this issue, which is truly a national security threat, while this man sits on the House Intelligence Committee. But we also shouldn't be surprised that someone who basically may have soiled himself on national TV also allowed his agency and his group to be infiltrated by a Chinese spy. So thank you for calling out Swalwell as well.
Last night on Tucker's show, that's Don Jr. doing what he does best. Trolling is awesome.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Oh, man, that is hysterical right there. Talking about Eric Swalwell. Remember Eric Swalwell, who was pushing the Russia hoax narrative? Trump, Russia hoax, the whole thing, and pushing. And then we come to find out that Eric Swalwell was set up by China, a little honey trap, spying on Eric Swalwell. Had this lovely young lady who just happened to be part of the Chinese intelligence operations going on here in the country, and doing a little bit of spying and picking up on people that they can, dupe, that they can love on. Or, I don't know, maybe love on. I mean, that is the accusation here. Christine Fang targeted up-and-coming local politicians in the Bay Area through campaign fundraising, extensive networking, personal charisma, romantic or sexual relationships with at least 2 Midwestern mayors. She gained proximity to political power. And let me tell you something, real proximity, if you know what I'm saying, and it's a kid-friendly show. But having said that, man, they got a lot of pictures with her and Eric Swalwell together. Man, there's a lot of things that she did with him. Boy, did she help him out. She was a campaign fundraiser and a bundler for him. Helped him get elected in 2012. Those helping the election. You know how that works in politics. Help me get elected, and listen, I'll do whatever. I might have a couple of things that I might be able to do for you if you get me elected. And boy, that China connection with Eric Swalwell and communists, boy, that's a national security threat, is it? Isn't it? Or is it not? Maybe there's nothing to see here. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts this morning on Eric Swalwell, on the state of Texas and others suing those states over election integrity. Maybe it's about some local issues. Whatever you want to talk about, your time to call is right now as we get ready to take your calls and you tell us what you think. So I want to know what you think.
You know the thing. You know the thing. You know the thing.
All right, let's go to April. April's in Fort Myers. April's got a thing. April, good morning. What's your thing today?
Good morning, Drew Steele. I really hope that when you are president, you can address this whole school board pushing through national state LGBTQXYZ month in October for Lee School. When is mental health disorder month going to happen? Or are we going to lump that in there too? Gender dysmorphic disorder and...
Yeah, well, you're not allowed to say things like that. Disorder. Yeah, April, you're not allowed to talk about things like that. You're not allowed to question, apparently, the Lee County School Board, whose now calendar of read-aloud resolutions for 2021 will include LGBT History Month. Even though they took it, people said, no, we don't want it. And they're like, all right, let's just hide it under wraps until we find another time when people really aren't looking. Maybe after the election when everything is said and done and we can show who we really are. That decision gets done. A lot of people. Well, here's the question, April. This is the big question, and this is the question that I've been tired of when it comes to the Lee County School Board for the longest time, and it's very simple. When are you
can't question.
Okay, not you particularly, but when are you, Southwest Florida, unless you don't care about this, unless you think everything is great, after all the things that have happened in the past with the Lee County School Board and the things that I've brought up when it comes to no bid contracts and the money that's being spent and buying land, it's like, hey, we bought this property. Oh, we're going to sell it now. We can sell it for a profit. That's not your job. That's not your gig. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. But no, there is no buts. All the things that they've done, and I can go on and on and on with a laundry list of things and wrongs that the Lee County School Board has done, and the people are still there on the board. And now we have this. When are you going to vote them out? When are you going to make a change? And the problem, April, is they don't. Nobody, it's the same people in the same positions. Because, hey, it's one of those things. And I like my kids' education. It seems like everything is going fine. It's no big deal. That's
why most of them can't read when they graduate, and why we're like number 29th?
I don't know. All I know is that, and thanks for the call, April. I appreciate it. If you care about these kind of things, then you need to take a stand. And the way you take a stand is you show up at the school board meetings. You make a big stink. You have people investigate to find out what's going on with some of the things that you have a question about with the Lee County School Board, if you have questions about what they do, and you vote them out of office. And the problem is people don't. And I've said it before. I've had problems with particular individuals. And again, there is no such thing as a nonpartisan Lee County School Board member. They're all partisans, every single one of them. They have an agenda. There's no such thing. It's just my opinion. If you don't like it, okay. Clifton's in Naples. Clifton, you're going to be my last call before we get to Kim Gade, who's going to call the program and get a number for us, I believe, on 10,000 for the troops. But what's your thing this morning, Cliff?
I just want to, shout out about Rudy Deckers. And,
hey, wait, Clifton, do me a favor. Turn your radio down because I'm getting a feedback, a little slap back there.
That.
Yep, no worries. Go ahead.
If you're familiar with Freddie Rebels in Naples.
Say that again.
On Shirley Street, Freddie Rebels.
Is it like a restaurant, a bar?
It used to be Freddie Rebels, but
okay.
I bumped into him, Rudy Deckers, quite a while back before he wrote his book, Guilty by Association. And read my report on.
Wait. Hold on, Clifton. Did you want to talk about something specific about national security? Because I'm not really sure, like, where we're going here. Like, what do you?
On Parler.
All right, Clifton. Hey, listen, thanks for the call there in Naples. I appreciate it. 239-479-5592. I'm not really sure where Clifton was going. I couldn't hear him very well. It sounded like Clifton was doing an ad for, I don't know, his book, a thing. I don't know. But I do know. It's okay. No worries. Is Kim Gade with us right now? Lee Health? Kim Gade, are you there? Kim, good morning. Is she there?
How's everything going?
Kim, there she is. Kim Gade. Oh, we love you, Kim. We cannot thank you enough for all the work that you all do there. First, before we talk about the number, the grand total, 10,000 for the troops, let everybody know what you do there and the volunteers, what they do, and the process that we go through to get everything happening to vet the cards and all this. So tell everybody about what you do there, Lee Health.
Okay, so what I do is I'm the outreach manager of the Community Affairs Department at Lee Health. And I've been in this role for 3 years. I've been taking care of our veterans and our military servicemen and women since 2003. And our vetting process, we collect the cards from the post office as well as the radio station, your station, 92.5, and then also the Mel's Diner. And we look at every card. And once we vet it to make sure that it follows all the rules that we have to follow so that our men and women overseas can receive them, we then box them up and send them on their way with a wonderful letter from you and I and from our community.
Yeah, and just to let people know that it was different this year, right? Because of COVID, usually you have it.
It was a lot different this year,
yeah.
Yes, because of COVID. My volunteers are not allowed to help because they're furloughed from the health system. So we've had military supporters. We've had Sheriff Carmine Marcino's day camp workers come and help us. We've just had a variety of folks, different folks that come to help us. And so we're going through all the cards. Any of the blank envelopes, we don't send envelopes, so the blank envelopes will get sized next month, and then we'll call for an appointment with the school board foundation, drop them off, and then they can get recycled to the children on how to write out envelopes in real life.
That's
so
awesome.
That we get recycled, and the sprinkle, the cards that have the glitter, will be going to the VA clinic and to other VA veteran organizations because we can't send them, and we will not throw anything away. So we'll recycle them and drop them off with our Merry Christmas wishes.
That is fantastic. Do you see Southwest Florida? You see why we love Kim Gate and everybody, all the volunteers, how hard they work. They love this country. They love our veterans. They love our men and women serving as we remember them. And so I'm looking at the time. We've got to get going. So we're ready for the number. All right. Jake, you got a drum roll? You got a little drum roll for me? Okay. Kim Gate, we need our number. What is our official number?
All right. 67,450.
67,450?
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do with people being at home. They had time to make cards and sign cards.
That is amazing, Kim.
It's wonderful.
What an incredible number. I can't believe it's 67,000. Oh, I got to tell you, I'm getting chills. That is just amazing. Kim,
it's overwhelming this year. It's been wonderful.
Well, I cannot thank you, Southwest Florida, enough. I cannot thank you and I can tell you that seeing their faces and knowing personally how they respond, and even Kim knows this, is even locally we do this, how much it means to them that we remember them and we're thinking about them during the holidays. Just an incredible number, 67,450. I can't believe it. Well, we did it, Southwest Florida. All right, Kim, I've got to run. I'm going to have you back on soon because I know you do all kinds of great things. There's a lot of things happening for veterans that I want to let people know about. So I want to give you some time. We'll have you back on and we'll talk about that, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Drew. Thank you, Southwest Florida.
Yes, thank you, Kim Gate, and everybody in Southwest Florida. 10,000 for the troops. How about 67,450 cards for our troops? How about that, everybody? Woo! What do you say? All right, let's find out what's going on with the remainder of the forecast with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devitt.
30s and 40s for your Wednesday morning. Bundle up with even some patchy frost inland, but eventually we rebound into the mid-60s, which is still cooler than average for this time of the year, but